A surprise visit from Jack's childhood friend, I'll put it lightly,
Friend.
earned him the scorn of 3 different women at once, being Ashrin, Chandri, and Vivian herself. After a tense and long conversation that ended up with Ashrin getting a drink and Finoa downing said drink into the ground, it was agreed upon that Vivian would take the day from you guys doing your job to disguise herself with 500 gold pieces worth of equipment as she sees fit. You guys went off to take care of the job you had listed for Cassandre, wherein you battled the Groffs, the vine-like bears. While they weren't the worst thing in the world, they did prove to be a little bit annoying, but in the end, you guys got rid of them with very relative ease. After accomplishing the job and returning back to the city, wherein Finoa decided to be very playful with Volmer and freaked a little bit out on the guide that they had. Returning back to Cassandre, she said to return in the nighttime where you can more privately converse over the private and personal project that she's working on. In doing so, coming back after resting up and spending the day watching a cartwheel contest between Volmer, Veril, and Finoa. Yep, you left in that moment.
How long did you guys play after I left?
I won.
Like 3 minutes.
I would say Finoa won when it was normal, and then Volmer decided to go, alright, I'm breakdancing this shit, and he just styled like a fiend.
Okay.
This is what happens when the wizard can dance.
Yeah.
And when Mom leaves.
Yeah, actually, kind of seriously.
Yeah, whenever she leaves, we play tag, we do flip contests, like...
But returning back to the shop in the middle of the night, where the sign where it's usually a blazing red of the dragon's breath is now a cool blue to indicate its closing, wherein Cassandre let you in and presented a long wooden case that upon opening it showed 4 different almost crystal-like balls with these items inside, and her declaration that her personal project is to seek a way to revive her father, which, if you remember, is the white dragon side.
Did we ever get a name for that dragon?
Nope.
Right.
Which is good, because that is where we come back to her having the... Oh, and the... One of the tokens themselves is a silver chunk piece with several almost board-like or degraded holes inside that is extremely reminiscent of the spellcasting focus that Darius, the Black Dragonborn, used.
Mm-hmm. Which was a chunk of his city, yes?
He never explained.
Okay.
Which is funny, because we met him by pure coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
And you also would remember that the only reason he even pulled it out was because the fair lady pointed out that he is carrying on to something that is weighing upon him, and that's what he pulled out. Oh. As Cassandre kind of just waits for any sort of response from you guys after proclaiming what it is she wants to do. I am very aware this is not something any sane folk would like to do. I will assure you, though, it will not happen overnight. In fact, I have been collecting these over the past dozen years. I'm merely requesting your assistance to find more of these.
What was your father's name?
Make a persuasion check.
Where are we at?
26. There is a long pause in her. Like, you can see her puzzling whether or not she should tell you the name in the slightest. Until there comes a moment where you almost see the recognition in her face of, like, if I'm about to do this, I'm about to trust these people with doing this job for me, they at least deserve to know. He is known by many names. titles, state of acknowledgement. Very few know his true name, though. Good thing I'm his daughter. Xeralax the Frostbitten was his most common name.
We ever heard that name?
Is that? Do I know that
History
name?
check. Do I know that name?
Give me history checks whoever wants to try and figure out who the hell this guy is.
My nat 1 is
Oh,
a
Jesus.
13 still afterwards.
I love that. I love that you got a nat 1 and you still beat
You
Ashton.
still outrolled Ashrin.
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude. The one roll like the one roll I should be getting constantly is the history rolls.
So I feel like in that case, Jack has read up on a lot of dragons just in general, because dragons.
Yeah.
The thing is names for him never 100% clung unless they were something absolutely stunning in some way, shape, or form.
I don't know, that name was pretty cool.
Meanwhile, Ashrin, dragons were never really a figure of subject in your studies.
They weren't important to my personal issues.
Yeah.
I
Volmer.
researched him because they made a special sword to murder him.
I was gonna say, there were not rumors. It was Xeralax once was a white dragon that ruled over the Frigid North, just above Borisland, because you know that Borisland is very close to the northern end of the planet itself. So
Yeah.
it wasn't unnatural for
Wait.
this name to be referenced, because if it wanted to, it could fly like 2 or 3 days and cause some trouble in Borisland. As far as you remember, he basically laid claim to the Frigid North, as far as anybody knew. But then again, the Frigid North is very much still an unknown territory. And there were plans on crafting a anti-dragon weaponry of some sort before stories just stopped showing up about him. About 80 or so years back, the stories just started to dwindle until even today it's like, Xeralax? Oh, that old guy? Huh.
Okay, I can't exactly share this with the group right now because she's standing right there, but
Can you not whisper?
Don't have any spells like that. I don't think so.
No, just whisper, just like.
you know it's really easy
Huddle.
to eavesdrop on people.
5
Don't
feet
you think-
away in an
Yeah, that's what I'm
empty
thinking.
shop.
Like, it's gonna be super suspicious.
That's some Scooby-Doo shit right there. Just
Yeah.
huddle up.
Later
Oh,
on, we
okay.
gotta lean over the
They
wall.
totally can't hear us. They're 6 feet away and we're in an empty room. They totally can't hear us.
Later on, we gotta like lean out from a corner and then have Vanilla come out as the last one from like.
We can play telephone.
Oh my god.
Anyways. So
Okay.
that's. So was the weapon ever finished, or like was there any records of it?
There are records of there still being an attempt, but an anti-dragon weapon was never accomplished. Mostly because how the fuck do you counter a dragon?
Another dragon,
Yeah.
and thus the robot dragon was born anyway.
Warforged dragon.
All of the all the dragons we've seen so far, they weren't real dragons, they were just robots.
Yeah, they're just Disney
Birds aren't
animatronics.
real, dragons
The
aren't real.
dragons aren't real.
Okay, a warforged dragon.
Okay,
actually
Dalmar.
Sounds sick.
Dalmar just appears as an apparition, just says, "I told you so," just vanishes.
I almost killed Astrid IRL.
Okay, warforged dragon
Like it on
conceptually
water.
does sound sick. I just gotta say that.
Yeah,
especially
right?
with those bands. But I don't know what to say.
Spit it out, Volmer.
This is why I hate when I get the information, because I'm bad at thinking of what to say.
But she would then just kind of like see the awkward silence that's kind of overtaken of the analysis paralysis going on. Just goes, "Of course, if you wish to have nothing to do with this meeting never occurred, and I find someone else willing to aid me in my personal endeavors."
I gotta ask, why?
My father may have been a white dragon, but that does not mean he was a brute. After all, my mother thawed his frozen heart.
So, what part did he stay in again?
Hmm?
What part of, like, he stayed north of Boros Land. Where was that area called again?
It's called the Frigid North. Literally only known that because of how it's still, like, unexplored entirely.
Oh, is that the unclaimed part of Boros Land?
No, it's off the continent itself.
Oh, okay.
It's literally the North Pole of this world, but people go there and they either don't come back or they can't even go like 30 feet because fuck.
Cold.
Was her dad like Dragon Santa Claus?
That explains how he was able to fly all over the world so
God
quickly.
damn it.
Exactly.
Okay, anyways. So, you wouldn't need any. Where would you be sending us, out of curiosity? Because you wouldn't.
I
one-
would not be sending you anywhere. And you watch kind of gesture towards the 4 empty slots in the casings. This is merely a preemptive decision. I already have my father here, and she places her hand on the crystal orb that has almost like this shard of glass inside that seems to have like a fragment of a tooth.
So we wouldn't have to go to the Frigid North. That's good, at least.
Are you just asking us that if we find any more of these to bring them to you?
Indeed.
Or do you know where they are?
I know the general idea of where to find these. However, that would depend on when the dragon vanished. As for the Frigid North, it would be the safest place to revive such a dangerous entity. In a place that is less likely to cause damage towards the general public. But what I wish to do is to... I don't think claim is the correct word, but borrow from the rest of them, and she kind of like gestures her hand towards the other 3 crystal orbs, in order to make sure that whatever state my father returns in, it does not get out of hand.
So, what exactly are they? Like, they seem to be fragments of something, but... Well, fragments of assorted things.
Would Jack,
Indeed.
would Jack know what type of magic she's kind of talking about with his
I mean-
arcana? I mean, I've...
Give me Arcana with disadvantage, because this is...
Isn't this just necromancy? I assumed this was just necromancy.
You went with an 18. That's still pretty good. Fucking plus 12.
Right? Love it.
I don't have anything that high.
Expertise.
Jack's a fucking ridiculous, skill monkey with
I mean,
expertise.
it'd be similar to like a rogue. I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
My highest
Awesome.
is only a +9.
A rogue
I-
who's proficient in literally every single skill.
Yeah. It's because
Speaking of, in the new 1D&D rules, you can get that by level 4. It's fucking ridiculous. With an 18, instantly your mind does jump to necromancy. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, revival is necromancy, but the way that she's talking about this, that she keeps talking about reviving and bringing back, those are 2 words that don't usually intermingle. And when she points to the actual shard herself and she says that I have my father already, you feel like there's more to it than just simple dead body being brought back to life.
There's a soul inside there.
I do not desire to say no, but that's merely because The soul is a unique concept. And she points to Volmer. You wizards always enjoy finding new creative ways to capture it and to use it for yourselves. But even then, it still remains a mystery to any of us.
Yes, there's many stories of people capturing souls in gems and crystals and orbs.
Indeed. However, if I attempt to track my father, one does not track the soul, one tracks the living being. Thus, how I found him.
Hmm. How do you plan to bind him?
I have my ways. Ones that I will share with you closer to the time, or if you can find me another one of these and bring it to me.
Can I insight her on if she has a way to bind and whether she's actually going to share it?
Go ahead, just make an insight check. With a 21, you get the idea she does have a way. The problem is the way she's talking about it, she doesn't have it yet. It's just a concept at the moment.
Okay. Yep.
Vanilla, it's her dad. Gross.
No, I
Oh,
meant Volmer's
wait,
soul.
Volmer's
Me and
soul.
my-
Okay, I was
Holy.
confused.
Holy
No,
hell.
I don't put any dragon incest things going
That
on.
went Alabama real quick.
So confused.
Holy fuck.
I threatened to burn
That's right.
Frankie alive, and this is
I
what
was
I get.
trying to pay attention to two different conversations and I got lost.
Seems about right. Okay.
No incest here, don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, so she has essentially she has it on paper, just doesn't know in practice.
Yep. Doesn't know in practice and doesn't seem to have actually made the thing yet.
Okay, so just head concept.
Yeah, again, it's just
that's it.
literally she just has the blueprint. That's it.
Okay. Oh fuck. That's not reassuring. And what happens if your binding fails? We now have a ancient white dragon around
That
here.
is where these will come into play. I'm hoping to use these as a catalyst in hopes that should the worst occur, we can either revert him back to his entrapped state or at the very least subdue him.
I can't remember. Did we do any checks on these orbs before?
Nope.
Okay.
It was very tail end of the session.
How many
Just-
orbs does she have?
She has 4.
4. And one of them is her father.
Mhm.
And she's talking about these other 3 like they're gonna help her do something. I'm so confused.
She has a dragon's tooth, I think it was something like molten lava,
A golden scale,
golden
a
scale.
piece
Oh, it was the
of
golden scale.
still pulsating, looks like molten lava, and a silver chunk that has bored and decayed holes.
Oh wait, I actually did remember them all. Hell yeah.
You don't suppose that that one is... I don't like this. At all.
Just
What were you
shake
gonna
it.
say? What do you think it's a piece of?
I know what Ashton thinks is the piece of.
The fucking red dragon on the fucking island that was the
It's
island?
golden.
Oh,
Oh wait,
No, there's a golden scale,
yeah.
then there's the magma piece,
I
then
didn't-
there's the
I-
silver piece.
she said red dragon, so I thought, oh, the red dragon we fought by the
No,
island.
no,
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 that's
no.
not.
No.
Oh.
No, the island itself.
Oh,
What was its name? I remember its name, I just don't know how to pronounce it. Like, I can see how it's spelled in my
Yeah.
head, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
See, part of me doesn't want to trust her because I'm worried that these all seem to
Okay.
be somewhat dragon related, and we have a Frankie.
I mean, the dragon
That's a
and the
good.
That took long enough.
So, real quick, because Jack was the one who got the history check on the dragon for the island or whatever. What type of dragon was that again?
Red, because even
Okay, that's what I
Varel
thought.
made the check, and the tale that Varel was told as a child involved a red lizard, a red dragon.
That's what I thought. Okay, so it's okay. So it's not the golden scale. The magma could possibly be from the island. I had that thought too, but it's also magma could be from anywhere. So would Jack know anything about these type of orbs?
No, these things, looking at them, like, there is definitely an idea where it's like, oh yeah, magic with crystal orbs or glass orbs and stuff like that, imbued with magic is one thing, but these are encasing something, and normally you don't encase something in a glass orb unless there is something else to it, and that's the problem. That's something else is anything it could possibly be in the world.
I'm gonna pull out a pearl and I'm gonna look at her and point to the orbs. May I?
Go right ahead. I would
Jack?
recommend shading your eyes.
Fair enough. The one with her father's soul or whatever in it, Jack's gonna cast Identify.
Okay. Instantly, it is a overwhelming condensed ball of magic, but you can easily tell that it's not the orb itself that's magical, at least not for the most part. It's almost like the orb is an outer shell of an egg, and everything is on the inside, and you don't get any sort of magical feedback. What you get is almost like a thumping heartbeat.
Okay. Does it reveal any names or traits of
Nope.
what it's from? Nothing?
Nope.
Okay.
And you very easily get the sense with how she's been talking, all this information, is because that's not considered a magical item.
Yeah.
That is considered a living being right there.
Okay. He's gonna do it on the gold scale. Cast Identify on that one.
Same exact reaction.
Fuck it, he's gonna cast on all of them.
Get the same reaction for all four of them, where they seem to be, where the glass itself is nothing special, nothing more than a container for whatever is on the outside.
In his head, telepathically, he's gonna say, Lily, can you touch the gold scale?
Go ahead and give me an insight check on Lily.
It also needs a... Well... Oh, shit, where'd it go? Fuck. So, first off, when Sprite touches it, know any emotional state for it. So there's a wisdom. Because they don't have insight, I don't think. No, stealth and perception.
No, they don't. They don't.
And if it's a creature, a DC 10 charisma saving throw. And Lily will know the alignment. If it's a celestial fiend or undead, it automatically fails the saving throw.
With a 15, the state of mind that they're in is utter silence. It's frozen. They don't seem to either be mentally alive or mentally aware of what is going on.
Okay.
So there's unfortunately nothing to glean there. However, in the case of the alignment, they have no way to resist said scanning.
Mhm.
At least the golden one is a lawful good.
Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna have her do it to each one of the orbs. I want to know the alignment of whatever creatures have been taken.
So the golden one is a lawful good. The magma stone is a lawful evil. The white one is chaotic evil. And the silver one is also lawful good.
Fuck. Okay. Um. Can I ask you, where did you get these other ones?
Over the past dozen years, I have searched far and wide for these unique objects, I suppose is what you would call them. I wouldn't call them hearts. I wouldn't call them beings. And in every single one of them, including my own father's, a dragon only recently went missing without a source of killing it.
So someone's doing this to these creatures.
I believe so.
At a game. How long ago did dragons start disappearing?
Roughly like 200, 250 years ago, they started to
I
kind of
have
fade
it
away.
written down somewhere.
Yeah. That's
Nice
what
try, Volmer.
I thought.
I was gonna say, okay, this feels shady. I think she might, like, it feels like she either has more involvement than she's letting on, or she's actually doing this.
It's her, Volmer. She's the
The
one.
last few hundred years, and the
Yeah.
last dragon sighting was over 30 years ago.
Okay. And she
What's
said,
the
okay.
lifespan of a half dragon?
Hard to tell, but that normally ranges within the like 200 to 800 year. It ends up coming to how healthy the half dragon comes out.
Okay. And her father went missing like 80 years ago, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just because, like, me as a player loves dragons, and I figured Jack probably would look into dragon shit, because, I mean, it's a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
Dragons are fucking cool.
How long ago did each, like, the last dragon sightings that he might have been able to come across, how long ago were they, and of what type of dragons?
The
Last
last,
week, a
at
gem
least,
dragon.
Shut up. I'm gonna slap you.
uh, the last more publicly known dragon sightings was 30 something years ago. And that one was of a. I'm making sure, because I'm pretty sure it'd be this one. Yes, it would have been a golden dragon over in Laya, where it was said to have been a benevolent ruler of an entire portion of the continent to make sure that it was stayed safe and habitable for most people. However, one day the stories kind of just stopped, and no one knows if it's because the dragon abandoned them, some evil mastermind actually managed to kill them, or if they've just all of a sudden just gone like, we're gonna stop uh announcing our great benevolent protector.
Jack really doesn't like this.
Ashrin really thinks that damn alchemist had something to do with this.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I know, that's been gnawing at the back of my mind too.
Mhm.
Just like that motherfucker. Okay. Okay. So, in your ritual to bring back your father, what happens to the rest of these?
If it goes as planned, and there is no need to subdue anyone who comes back from this state of being, I can merely release them all. In their appropriate locations, of course. The last thing we want is a dragon turf war. where we are standing in the middle of it.
Yeah. What do you know of an alchemist named Lexor?
You instantly see just like a recognition and a confusion as to the question.
Insight? He
Yeah.
does not trust her right now. Especially when you have two good dragon souls in there.
uh, she very much does know the name.
Ooh, fuck.
Well, I had to roll because Jack's insight roll is the same as my passive insight, so I figured I might as well just take a chance.
Yeah. Wait till I start going back into rogue. My insight's gonna... Insight and investigation.
Living lie detector.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta be able to read people when you're a merchant.
But she just kind of goes like, I've heard the name. Why is that of any import?
Uh, possibly. What do you know of him?
What a master in his arts. I've never been one for the how do I say theatrical approach to alchemy.
Okay. These dragonstone things, does this seem more inclined to like wizards capturing souls and gems? Or is there some kind of like Full Metal Alchemist alchemy bullshit that might lead to this?
It's hard to tell, and especially with your past role of this thing being so
Yeah.
odd in how she talks about it. Possibly, maybe not. I mean, even she gestured to Volmer and said, like, you guys are trying to capture souls. And, like, yeah, wizards try capturing souls all the time. How successful are they? Depends on their fucking casting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't try to capture souls, I just unintentionally captured a second one in my body.
Okay. So, if you don't need to subjugate them, then the rest of these creatures could be released.
And
What?
while I'm aware you probably do not wish me to release this one, and she points to the red magma stone, nature is balanced, and them being taken out of their ecosystem is disrespectful to them.
How long ago
Do
did this one disappear? Sorry.
This one, I'm not quite sure, to be quite honest. I was amongst some of my travels one days, and I came upon it. At the first, it was nothing more than a curiosity to me that it was identical to my father's, until I found this one, and she points to the silver one. That's when I noticed the pattern, and I went for this one, and she points to the gold one.
you happen to know the names of the other
Uh,
ones?
Unfortunately not. However, and she points to the gold one, I am quite sure I know the name of this one simply because of the pattern, as I explained, and the knowledge in which I found it from.
One of the a ruler down in Laya. Yes.
She gives you a curious eye. Well, aren't you well studied?
Very much so. And dragons are intriguing creatures. And at a game, are reds typically lawful evil? Because
I
my
believe they are
knowledge,
typically chaotic evil from
yeah,
what's right there.
they're normally chaotic. Like I don't think there's any dragons
They're
that
normally
are
chaotic.
lawful evil by
I
nature.
think green are.
I was gonna say I think black and greens technically are.
Were they?
I think.
One sec, I'm gonna grab my monster manual now.
Yeah. Red dragons are chaotic evil.
Yeah. Does this even say on here? Okay, so yeah, greens are, and
No, blacks are still chaotic.
Yes, I think it's just greens then. Yeah, because that makes a little bit more sense. They are the intelligence-based ones.
Yep.
But it's magma, so it's red. Most
At least
likely.
as far as you could tell. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, that is an enigma in and of itself. It makes no fucking sense. Okay. And I kind of point to the magma. The problem with balance and releasing it back into its ecosystem is, depending on how long this has been gone, that ecosystem is completely different. And I'll also point to her father's. And just kind of keep pointing at it. We run into the same issue here.
Perhaps it is because of my other half. And even though I understand the dragons are
Oh, blue dragon's art.
debatably needed in this world, if I'm to release my father, then I cannot consider keeping the rest of them trapped.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, because we are working together, and he points to the silver and gold. This doesn't sit well with me.
I'm quite aware.
Huh.
At first, I thought my father was an anomaly. Then I found the red. And then I found the silver.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to make assumptions that there's someone out there capable of doing something like this. Perhaps even a cult. But that does not change that someone or something is capable of not only subduing dragons,
Yeah.
but getting away with it scot-free.
Well, if it is a cult, at least we have an expert here, and Jack will clap Volmer on the back.
I'm sorry, I have been zoned out since I got water, since I have like completely lost track of how this conversation was going. What?
It was another dig at Volmer for the cult shit.
Of
If it
course,
is a
'cause
cult, at least we have an expert.
Yeah.
Basically pointing out that there's good and bad in here. So that means that someone or something's doing this. She's like, I don't know if it's a person or
I
a
caught
cult.
that part. I
Yeah.
caught that
Is
part.
she
I just missed Jack's response.
is she being truthful there that she doesn't know who it is?
Make an insight check.
Yeah. Can I join in that one too?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I'm still a hella suspicious of
Fuck
her out of
me.
character, but Volmer is just completely trusting.
You guys are unsure.
Yeah.
Fen is
As-
vibing.
As kind as she has been this
I
whole
just
time.
imagine Fenn's over in the corner, like poking the weird magic shit on the wall.
Making sure Frankie doesn't try to eat one of them.
Yeah. The moment we found out that there were good dragons in there, and these
Yeah.
aren't just like a scale, like just normal scale.
No, that's
Silver, like porous rock. What the fuck
Do
is
you
that?
mind if we don't give you a yes or no answer now?
I am perfectly okay with that. After all, this is simply a personal project of mine. However, until a yes is given, this conversation never happened.
This is driving me nuts at a game. Jack have any idea what that fucking rock is?
What rock?
Or the stone, the silver thing.
What do you mean?
Like
The thing that what's his name was using as a
as the focus,
Focus?
and what's this? You know, the similar.
Mhm.
Yeah, like would he have any idea what the fuck
Oh,
this
just give me an
is?
intelligence check real quick.
Because this is driving me nuts at a game. Fuck me.
You're trying to get those correlations, but all you can kind of identify is that they were identical. But where's the thread?
Oh fuck it, I'll just ask her. Do you know where this is from? Or what this is?
I stumbled upon it when looking into this phenomena I discovered it over in Borisland when I traveled for a time. And while I personally don't know if the area itself had anything to do with the Silver Dragon, it would not amaze me if that were the case.
Silver Dragon in Borisland.
A Silver Dragon in Borisland.
Yeah, like that's the weird thing, because Borisland is such a lawless place. Was there ever a time it wasn't a lawless landscape?
Not really. Even when they're trying to share their history beforehand, when Borisland was actually discovered and well more established among the three known continents, history in Borisland has always been pretty sour with one another. Countries are always trying to get land from one another.
You know who we could ask? The assassin druids.
Actually, you're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about them.
Go meet Corveus for a little family reunion?
Oh God.
That's a terrible idea.
If we
That
do,
can only end well.
I want to play him. I want to roleplay him.
Just saying, we do have a historian from Forestland.
Yeah.
Can I roll to see if I would know anymore?
Go ahead and just give me a history check. Yeah, go for it. Okay. So
rolled
Volmer would know that with the degrading of the dragons vanishing over hundreds of years, there were good dragons. There used to be metallic dragons on Borsland as well. However, they were far and few in between for as established, already very obvious reasons. There were only so many people that were willing to play by the rules, and the lawful dragons more so enjoy to play by the rules. So when they sort of realize that this land does not wish to play by the rules, they want to just backstab each other. They always want to rob from one another. There came a point where they decided we're either gonna annihilate this continent or we're gonna just find our own little corner and never bother with the people here. And in most
Sounds about
cases, yeah, whatever few lawful dragons were in there kind of huddled themselves in their own little corner. Anybody came on by, they'd either give them a quick judgment call or they would literally just leave them alone and let nobody know they were really there.
That's awfully fair.
Okay, I just want to say, to be fair, there is one place in Borisland with a lot of rules. The one problem is it's a complete and total dictatorship.
Yep.
That's my home.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
Back to this alchemist, though. When was the last time you saw him? Or
He
heard
tends
about him?
to travel quite a bit. But as far as I'm aware, he always returns for the seasonal festival changes. Especially for the Festival of the Omens. Always puts on a grand show around that time.
Have you seen him recently?
The change of season was just a little over a month ago. I didn't personally interact. I've grown a little weary to the festivities. 150 years spent here does begin to drag a little.
Uh-huh.
But I do still hear that he celebrates very well.
Must resist dragon pun.
Okay, okay.
Do it.
Okay, hold up.
Mhm.
He's been missing for 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was last seen like 20 or 30 years ago when we were dealing with the ship thing. And then on the island, he had been missing for a couple years when we found his little workshop and a body there.
Mhm.
And so this is either
So he was here recently.
A while back, yes.
How long?
Why? Month and a half? You all seem quite pressed on him.
found a culprit. Not saying that out loud, but like
What
it explained his movements really well.
what manner of race is he?
He was a tiefling.
I'm asking her.
I have it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that. What manner of race is he?
You see her like really scoping you guys at this point, like very hard to analyze. Like, why are you asking so many questions? Like, where's all this like intrigue coming out of? Go ahead and just give me persuasion checks to both of you.
While I
Goddamn.
ask this, though,
Mhm.
can I have? Wait, no. Never mind, cause she sees invisibility shit. Yes, we went through that already.
You get the idea that she can see invisibility things.
Okay,
However, she has to be actively doing it.
that's right. That's right.
So if she's just normally looking, she doesn't see invisibility. But if she's actively paying attention, yeah.
I'm gonna have Lily fly down near, like, her foot or something like that, or leg, and just ever so lightly touch it to try to get her emotional state when we're
Give
asking
me a
about
stealth
this.
check. Also, I just noticed, Volmer, you sent Drago Bloodfist. God damn you.
I mean,
She is invisible, so it advantage.
not wrong.
Caress the thighs.
They are rather
Oh,
thick.
Oh
Guys,
my.
why?
Oh my. Thick thighs save lives.
Maya messed me up, man. Constantly had my legs get caressed in the middle of lunch.
Wait, what messed you up?
Maya, like during lunch, she'd go
Oh,
under the
her.
table and sit
Oh
there
my
like
God.
stroking her
I
legs.
remember that. She would just do it in the middle of lunch. Just slide under the table.
Not even the weirdest shit about her.
That's
It
fair.
was great.
It
I'm still
takes
hung
sliding
up
into
on
your DMs to a whole new level.
I'm still
God,
hung
I
up on the
miss high
fact-
school.
Right?
Back when you could just casually sexually harass people without consequence.
It's
I mean-
okay. She was our friend. I did it
I'm-
back to her. It was a
I'm
game.
still hung up on the fact that she has a crush on Sun Wukong.
Yeah.
Dude, he's awesome! What the fuck
Lego
are you on
one.
about?
The Lego monkey, though.
The Lego one.
A Lego monkey.
Okay, that
They
one
made
works.
they made like a kid Sun Wukong Lego show thing.
Monkey kid.
That's like Monkey Kid or whatever the hell it's called. And she has a crush on the main character who is basically just Sun Wukong.
He is not the main character, but
He's not the main character?
Main-
Oh.
he's the main
Okay.
side character.
Vero, do you think I give a shit about this show enough
He
to...
made me watch one
Monkey
episode.
Lego is all you need to know. It's a
Yeah.
monkey Lego.
God.
And she has a
Uh,
crush on it.
Her emotional state, though, right now at the moment, as she does not seem to notice, is, curious, confusing, very much what her face is showing. In ideas like, she doesn't understand why you guys are asking about this, but also is very intrigued to see where this is going to a certain extent.
Okay.
But with a 24 and 28 on persuasion, and charismatic motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dynamic duo.
yeah. She, speaks up and she goes, well, unless my eyes are mistaken, he is a genasi of fire.
Mm-hmm. Motherfucker. Okay. So we got out of game. Tiefling was just from my history check, yes?
Mm-hmm.
We got Fire Genasi. On that wall, was there any description of him?
Nope, just that he was a very standoffish alchemist and was kind of a dick.
Okay.
You do know, though, on the island, that, the Lord and Lady described him as human.
Yes. I do remember that one. So, This motherfucker. Is
You don't
either...
suppose it's the same one, do you?
I mean, there are people who pass down names and shit, but like...
No. I mean, the same changeling we've already taken care of.
Possibly. Had a game? Fuck, when... Or, well, this is all a game. When did we take care of a changeling?
A bribe.
Oh,
A
yeah,
bribe.
yeah.
With the bird.
No.
We almost
no.
died.
I don't... I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, he didn't have anything alchemical with him at all.
Not as far as you guys were aware.
Yeah. I think this is a whole nother entity, and... Said a month and a half ago was when they last saw him?
During the Changing of Seasons festival.
Yeah, and he, if it was a Bri, he would have been on Boris Land at that time.
Yep.
So, it's not the same person there. Okay. Okay. And that ancient civilization, it actually named him, too, on that wall, yeah? That's how we put that
No,
together?
it literally just said some famous alchemist or
Okay.
some touting famous alchemist.
It
Like,
just fit. Okay, yeah, the description. Okay. Oh, fuck. What type of dragon would be more inclined to be that showboaty and able to actually transform? I'm asking.
I think Ashern has something.
I'm putting things together and it's making me happy.
I don't
Huh?
think that's okay. I
Good
forget
job.
to- How much does Volmer know about dragons? I know a lot about dragon lore in my head and like their different personalities, but I don't want to metagame there because like I know okay this isn't green probably because green are
Go ahead and just make a straight intelligence check. Just straight up intelligence.
And what about?
nat one.
Ooh, very nice. So it is a very hefty amount of knowledge, mostly because, like you said, in Keeling, it is lawful order. There is a threat of war at all kinds of time. They even have preparation plans for if a dragon were to attack. Even though their sightings have stopped like 30-something years ago, they still have a preparation for it. What happens if a red dragon shows up? What happens if a green dragon shows up? What happens if a gold dragon goes rogue? Stuff like that. So while dragons weren't the main study, it was still a class that they had in there where it's like, if you're gonna be a scholar here, you need to help us with dragons. We might not face them every day, but you still need to know about them.
Okay.
Like math.
Yeah, basically, it's like, you're never gonna use math in your everyday life, but you still need to know math.
I still need to be able to sing the Quadratic Formula to the tune of Pop Goes the Weasel.
Oh my god.
Do it. Do
I
it
could
right
never
now.
do it.
Do
What?
it right now, Ashrin.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
It was something they taught.
Alright, fine. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
That's
Yeah.
how you remembered it?
That's how we
That's what I was taught too.
That's how we were taught in high school. We had to sing it every fucking day until we had it memorized. And I have been out of high school for 12 years now.
Mm-hmm.
We sang it like twice.
Never heard of this.
Really?
You want to
Yeah.
know? I've
Holy
never heard of this
crap.
either. You want to know how I
Really?
remember it?
Go for it.
I remember it through the fucking Boy in a Band video. Cause he made a thing on school in general and why it's shit, and I watched that because I was in a bad mood one day,
No.
and
I have a fun party trick now. I can now sing the Quadratic Formula to the tune of Pop Goes the
I
Weasel.
mean,
You wanna know how I remember it?
Oh no.
you don't?
You
I
don't?
don't. I
Yeah.
just look at
fucking mood.
See, I mean, that's how I learned like some of my multiplication tables back in like 3rd grade. I had a teacher who
Yeah.
taught like little
I
tunes.
never learned my multiplication tables.
Neither did
Yeah.
I. They're just up here.
So like always in my head, I'll do like 8 times 8 fell on the floor. When I picked it up, it was 64. That was what the guy was
You'll
taught.
always have a,
Oh,
yeah, it was a
you
cute
won't
little thing
always
like
have a
that.
calculator
That's
in
kinda
your
nice.
pocket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. You're not gonna always have a calculator in your pocket. Bull fucking shit.
Yeah. I had a
The
teacher tell me that
loneliness
shit.
of the scientific calculator.
That's such a good point. That's what they always tell us. Like, you're never gonna
Uh-huh.
always have a calculator
They don't
on
say
you.
that anymore. They
Yeah,
don't
Yeah,
say
they
no.
that
don't
anymore.
because it's
They
true.
don't,
It's
yeah.
not true anymore.
Well, I had teachers always telling me that. I was the kid in school who had a calculator watch.
Oh.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. I
Yeah.
have one. It
I
ran out
s-
of battery, but I do have one.
I
Here.
think I still have one at my parents' house, but like, my teachers always told me that,
There's
and I'm
an
like,
app I can put on this thing,
Oh yeah, there is.
yeah.
probably. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a full dice set on here if I want to.
Point being, school teaches us a lot of shit that they claim we won't need and we will never use. But you guys have ideas? She is still curiously waiting to hear your answer as you are grilling her on what the fuck you guys want to know about him.
Okay. So, how much do you know of this person, like personally? How old they are, how long they've been coming here, stuff like that.
Not quite as much, to be quite frank. I've, like I said, I've never been one for the theatrics of alchemy. I've always been one to do more of the purposeful and useful kind.
Okay. Well, when at a game like when's the next like changing of the seasons?
The next changing of the seasons is in a month and a half. Literally a month and 2 weeks.
Okay. So, uh, this alchemist has been popping up throughout history. And you say he's a fire genasi, and he was here a month and a half ago. In the history books, he was last seen 30 years ago, 20, 30 years ago. Fuck out of game. It was. Where's the world map? Where's the world map? Wasn't it out by Principality of Siena? Or L? Something like that? Wasn't that the last place?
Plenia.
Klenia. Okay, yeah. So he
I
was.
believe it was Plenia.
I'm pretty sure. I remember it was on like the eastern coast of Borisland there. So, and he was a tiefling then. Um, we have reason to believe in that time he showed up somewhere else as a human, where he died. Then we have reason to believe he was at a civilization that had a calamity happen to it about 400 years ago. All with the same mannerism and name.
You see her kind of like listening to you and like trying to keep track of all this information. And Lily is still on her, right?
Yes.
That shift of just like intrigued confusion just shifts to entire confusion.
I can tell you're confused.
Yes, mostly due to the fact that the thread does not connect to him, or at least Alexis I know. He has been here for near enough 40 years, as far as I'm aware. At least that's the first time I saw him upon the city.
But he never fully stays here, yes? He constantly leaves
No,
and
he
comes
is a
back?
traveler, but you claim he was a tiefling some 30 years ago and then a human, and I've only ever known him as a fire genasi.
So, what manner of creatures can change their form like that? Quite a few.
I cannot go into detail. However, if he were to be a doppelganger of some sort, we would have known by now.
Yes, most creatures like that don't live that long. So again, what other manner of creatures can change their shape and live some 400 years or more? As I kind of rest my hand on the table where the orbs are at.
You kind of see your eyes track your hand, and there's a good couple seconds of just absolute confusion before you kind of just see the dots connect in that instant. If you are trying to insinuate that a dragon has forced its way into the city, I must once again instill the fact that we would be aware if they had been using some sort of magical means of shapeshifting. Though I enjoy the creativity, the idea is quite preposterous.
And at a game, because I don't know how it changes in editions,
It's just polymorph for them.
they cast polymorph on themselves. Okay.
Yep.
In older editions, it was more of an innate ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Then 5e decided to nerf the hell out of them.
Okay.
It's you.
Well,
Thank you.
then, if you say a dragon can't possibly transform themselves here, what other manner of creature can?
Give me a persuasion check.
What the fuck is it?
One. And the response comes not instantly, but you do see that there is a partial restraint in there, and with Lily kind of like still there in contact, you get this sense of irritation starting to kind of grow. The only type that could possibly come into the city without acknowledgement of being something that they are not is if they are an entity that, by their very nature, becomes what it is they now are. Short of a celestial being, or perhaps even some of the fiends down in the hells, there's quite a few things that can achieve that level of power, and even less are ridiculous enough to walk into this city.
So if it is not a dragon, and we're still assuming that this is the same being and not someone who has stolen a name over the years, which is a possibility, but
That is, if you would like to assume so.
yeah.
As I've said, I have known Lexus for over 40 years now.
Well, either they're not who they, well, no matter what, they're not who they say they are. If this name has been popping up for years and years and have disappeared over the centuries. So, one way or another, they are lying to us. Just how is the question, and for what reason is also the question. And if they are an entity that can bypass, and he kind of waves his hand around, all of this, it is something to be kind of worried about, especially if wherever they go, dragons are involved and possibly calamities. Are there dragons here outside of yourself?
Unless you can prove such accusations, I'd recommend keeping them to yourself.
I mean, I'm not trying to put a witch hunt out for him. I'm just stating that, and he kind of looks back down at the orbs. That is one avenue, one possibility. Because again, it is a name that keeps popping up in our research.
If a traveling alchemist for children shows is capable of encasing the essence of a dragon, wouldn't you think every bard would have managed to do so in the past 1,000 years?
As someone who uses, kind of like a Volmer, being a simple street performer as a cover, it is a very good cover.
Not one you can keep up for 40 years in the same location.
I mean, if you're good enough, and if he's had 400 plus years to master his craft, that would make him good enough. Also, if he's
Well,
powerful enough of a being.
if you desire to follow up on such claims, Turning of the Season's not for quite some time, but as I said, he performs his shows at that time. If you are so bold, you may investigate him in those moments. Otherwise, I highly recommend that you keep such accusations.
I mean, we're not trying to offend here. It's just one avenue.
Suspicious.
Yeah, it is suspicious, and it is one avenue to look into for your research. If he is somewhat involved, because again, his name keeps coming up around dragons. Constantly dragons. Actually, I had a game for any dragons in that vicinity of where he disappeared that one time. I know we all assumed it was him popping into the demiplane, but just in case.
Give me a history check.
Fuck, that's low.
18? As far as you know, at least on the eastern coast of Borisland where he departed, at the very least there wasn't a dragon there that at least record books in Bizlock had.
For
I mean,
me, it
it was
is a low.
6.
I rolled a
It is
6, fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you have a plus 12. I don't think it matters.
Hey, it's still a low roll.
You
Yeah.
can roll a 2 and you'll get a 14.
Jack is a fucking history nerd, goddammit. History and
Yeah.
magic. Like, that is his focus. He is a straight
like-
fucking nerd.
That's literally like playing your favorite video game and someone going to go and is like, hey, you know you could do this, right? It's like, I've played this for 300 hours. What?
No.
Trying to be nice.
It's like playing Mortal Kombat, knowing every single fucking combo move, and that one random noob gets you locked down with the just like straight
Just
charging
fucking
shit.
just cheat spam, yeah.
Yeah, like this
Button
fucker over here.
mashing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's just a skill check.
Oh.
Literally, I'm pretty sure that's the exact term for it, for like seeing if you know how to react to certain things if someone's spamming you out.
Yeah.
Half
you-
and half.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay.
Nothing prevents accidental ball knifing.
Oh my god, yes.
I'm sorry?
Playing Call of Duty, we were fucking around, me versus her. I can only knife her. She had all the guns. And I was being cheeky like a little fucker, and I would charge out, jump over her, and knife her from below. She accidentally hit the knife button and went,
panicked.
stab! Right in the ball sack as I jumped over her. It was the one kill she got the whole game.
Yeah.
Okay, but she won the game.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, yeah, she won the game. Let's be honest.
Yep. Oh my god.
Ben, we didn't hear you if you said something.
Nah, she was just being happy.
Nope, still fucked
Oh, you're
up.
still muted.
She's talking.
Unplug and plug.
Your headphones are weird.
Yeah, they are.
Nope.
Nope.
Not even lighting up this time.
Meh.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Mana.
God damn it!
Mana.
I mean, I guess that's better than the corn song.
Oh god.
The corn
corn
song?
It's been all over my TikTok.
It's corn.
Ba-dum-ba-dum.
I don't even know.
Gosh.
So
Okay, but I've been
Uh-oh.
singing Mana since I was like 6.
yeah.
Dude, my dad would show me those videos all the time. Like every time he would visit and he would just put it on and I'd be like, why?
My favorite disc growing up, because we had a CD player in the car, whenever we would go for a drive, my favorite disc to watch was fucking The Muppets.
I
And
love this.
my favorite sketch of theirs was always Mana.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anywho,
Yeah,
back to
anywho.
the game.
Yeah,
Back to the game.
she is still looking upon you all as. So will you aid me in this goal? Or will we be parting ways for the time being?
I think we already have enough shit, but that's just me.
Now that's been pointed out, I'm kind of scared for Frankie's safety.
My big thing is I don't see how we benefit much from this.
That too, but also Frankie, because he's been saying he's gonna go for Frankie. And now there's a whole bunch of dragon things.
So, if we help you with this project, what do we get in return?
You think befriending the Frigid North's greatest conqueror comes without reward?
I mean, in my experience, the dragons that we've come across in the last few weeks, there's
Those
more of a
things-
chance that he'll try to eat us than there is of him befriending us.
I think we have a 6-0 record right now. No, 5-0, because
You-
Frankie.
No, Frankie did try to
So
eat, I
5
think
and
it was
1.
Jack, so...
4, because Fair Lady isn't trying to eat you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh,
Yeah, true.
4 and 2. 4 and
Four
2
and
is
Did
two.
the
our
black
record
one
right now.
the black one didn't try to eat me, I just
Also, Black
stared
One
at
didn't
it.
try to eat you, so 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay, but the
But-
black one almost tried to murder us.
Oh, also the island is an
didn't.
island, so 2 and 4.
No,
No,
no.
no,
The
no,
island
I-
still tried to
I-
fucking
The
kill us.
island definitely wanted to eat us.
The island wanted us
Yeah.
dead.
We got close
And
enough, it was
I
gonna
will
go
say,
snap.
Fine,
Frankie
3 and
should
3.
be put on the eating side, because
Yeah,
he's
did try.
tiny,
He
but
does want
he
to
has
eat.
bitten people multiple times.
He's chomped Jack.
He did
He's
chomp
chopped,
Jack
he's
here.
just
Did.
real small, so it doesn't do much.
But my statement still stands.
What was your statement again?
Our luck
There's
with
more
dragons.
Oh, yeah,
of a
like with
chance
dragons.
that he'll
There's
try
more-
to eat us than
Yeah.
befriend us.
Yeah.
That is where these come into play. As I said, if there is a need to subdue him, then we will. Or, in the case of none of you wishing to help, I will.
The other option, or well, not option, but possibility for that is he finds out you tried to subdue him and doesn't look favorably on any of us.
Or worse, the subduing doesn't work.
I was also
Oh,
that's
thinking
what I said.
she'll like see her dad and be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this to my father. He made
I
me.
mean, speaking as someone who has issues with their parents, I've learned recently that sometimes it's better if you just let it go and ignore it.
Just ignore my problems, they'll go away eventually.
They always do.
Jackson sitting there like,
In the case of them not enjoying the fact that I had to subdue them, it doesn't change the fact that if I do subdue them in the first place, they can't quite say much of anything now, can they? And if we fail, then
If.
of course we die.
okay. And see, that's the part that I have issue
That's
with.
yeah,
is
that's
the-
dying
that's
part
the
to
part
Bob.
that worries us.
yeah, yeah.
No reward comes without its risk, and free reign to a majority of the Frigid North would surely come with quite a grand amount of risk.
I don't like cold.
Also, there's been like a I don't even know how many people have gone into the Frigid North and just straight up died.
Incredibly, who do you think killed them?
Nature, you know, like freezing ice tends to do that. Freezing temperatures, blowing winds.
Jack's just
Angry
gonna
white
like grab
dragon.
the orb and pick it up and put it in Volmer's face. Yes, freezing winds, and put it back down.
Yeah, she even like looks at you with a very like poignant face of, where do you think my father got the name, the Frostbitten?
Wolver's just gonna gesture like, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I had a game like how, like what's up there in the Frigid North? Like, is there even anything
That's
of
the
value?
thing. That's
No
the
one
thing.
knows.
No one knows. Because in the age of chaos, before things were finally established again, the Frigid North was, once again, another piece of land that was very well kept. Then chaos happened, and the Frigid North just was lost. That's why people still try to go up there for that exact reason. They're like, we need to get what the hell was up there, because there were civilizations up there, there were things up there. But we fucking can't, because the gods aren't here to protect us. There's a fucking white dragon killing us, and if that doesn't kill you, nature itself will fucking kill you.
Something
Okay.
just clicked in my brain. And I'm
Dragon's not
suddenly all
there
for
right
it.
now. Is it safer?
Yes.
There have been recent expeditions that have gone, but have returned more often.
You know, suddenly something clicked in my head, and I'm all for this.
Elaborate, because that's not always good.
He thinks one of the weapons is there.
No. Okay, so KTK, you mentioned how occasionally the dragon would go down and do raids on Boris Land, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's clicking in
Yeah.
people's heads.
You want
That's
help.
fine, I'm not paying much attention.
He wants
though.
another weapon. A dragon turtle
Dragon
wasn't enough.
friend.
He wants a fucking ancient white
When,
dragon.
when you
Dragon
guys
friends.
joked last night about pinning the white dragon against the turtle dragon,
Uh-huh.
now
I'm
he
not
wants
even
to do it against. Now he wants to do it against
Wants to
Keely.
use it against
I mean, he's
Keely.
gonna do raids on his own, like... All we can, like, I'm not saying we tell him to do that, but I'm just saying we could, like, hey, you know, if you wanna
Don't
raid,
tell
there's
him
this,
to do it, but like
there's this
suggest
really
it.
good spot over there that's, like, heavily fortified. It'd be a fun challenge.
Yeah, and how many
So-
innocents will die because of that?
Here's
Fair.
what I'm
Mhm.
thinking. We happen to come across these things on our travels,
Knowing
We'll
our
bring
luck,
him
that's
to
gonna
you.
happen.
but I don't think we have other things that are more pressing that we need to attend to, so we probably will not look for them purposefully at the moment.
Unless we get near one in our travels and hear rumors, we might detour to head towards them. I can agree with that.
That is perfectly fine. As I said, this is not something that's going to occur overnight, or I don't even expect it to occur within the next year, if not the next decade. I have no idea how many countless possibility items that there are. The only reason I want a current 8 is simply because I feel like, drawing what power I have from one of them, 7 additional ones would be enough for me alone to subjugate my father.
Internet.
Okay.
So, it's quite as simple as, if you wish to possibly enact a suicide pact and go revive my father now, we can attempt that. Or, we can merely wait until more of these are collected and or found, retrieved, and used in our favor.
Would you be willing to explain your subjugation process? Just so we have some idea of how feasible this might be, and if there's any insight and help we can provide in ensuring this to work properly.
Turf wars between dragons usually end up with one side dead and one side very heavily injured. Tip the scales, and you can decide the victor.
I meant the actual magical process.
As I said, I have managed to discover a way to siphon a bit of power from these. And more of that makes it that much more effective.
Fuck, the way she said siphon.
You know, something just clicked in my brain. If we get all these for her, we have a very powerful half dragon. That feels like a bit of a like. There's just so much that could go wrong here. Like there are so many red flags.
The biggest one for me right now out of game is she's talking about siphoning energy off of these crystals. These dragon orbs. There's souls inside these things. So she is
She's
literally...
using their souls in the
Using
magic.
their soul.
Yes. Which... Like, the two evil dragons? Fuck it. Who cares?
Right?
But that gold and that silver, man, like... That was a protector and a ruler and Laia, and then silver I have no clue, but... Judging by the other guy, he's probably real beat up over that. Of whatever happened to that dragon, so... Fuck. I don't like any of that. We just need to keep this out of game and back of our minds. Okay. Yes, we will keep an eye out and come back whenever we find some.
Of course. No
If you-
need to rush, and she gently closed the case to put it away.
If you find more, will you let us know?
Oh, of course. In fact, I've always been doing my research to try and find other locations as to which there may be possibly another artifact of these kinds. Unfortunately, like I said, there's only so many countless traces of dragon disappearances, and which ones are true and which ones are false is always hard to determine.
Well, I believe you probably have the magical means to send us some kind of message, so whenever you find something, feel free to let us know, and
I will also allow you to know when your potion is ready.
what of the other potion for my friend and their eyes?
That one would take another day to prep. They are not instantaneous, but they will be. It will be done.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate that. And you seem like you're very well dug into the city. If you have any friends on the higher up, I would at least tell them to keep an eye out on that person. Bare minimum.
If I make a basis claim on someone like that, then they will look at me as well.
Well, Jack's just gonna
As I
shrug.
said, you are free to do your own investigation, but I'm sorry to say that I trust my ally for 40 years, and I do a group of friendly adventurers that have helped me out in the past 24 hours.
Well, fair enough.
Yet you're willing to tell. I'm out of character yet. She's willing to tell us about her plans to revive her crazy dragon dad, who is the
Yeah,
scourge.
how many
of,
times
like-
she's talked about this is a suicide mission.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Before we go, is there a place in town big enough that if an accidental fireball were to occur, I could not hurt anyone?
Hurt
Right here, right now.
Any-
Fucking do it.
not hurt anyone. Yes. Cause insurmountable property damage, perhaps not.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid that too.
Your easiest solution would be the Coliseum over at Morin's Gate, but it is not currently active as far as I'm aware. They are preparing for a tournament in the coming weeks.
You don't suppose they'd let me use the...
That would be a question for the handlers.
I suppose I could just step out into the woods for a bit.
Do it right here, right now. You won't. You won't.
You're at 7 right now?
I am, yeah. It would happen. I would imagine it's gonna happen pretty quick as soon as I try.
I would laugh if you get up to 19.
Oh my god!
Okay. I'm actually interested in that tournament. I'm gonna keep mind of that.
I say it was mentioned before. Y'all just have
Yeah.
better things in mind.
Yeah, we just have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Farrell, did you have questions you wanted to ask?
Potentially about the location of magic cancer.
Wink,
Magic
wink, wink, nudge,
cancer.
nudge.
Wait. Say that again.
Ask
I'm
about
so
the
tired.
goddamn doctor.
The what?
The magic doctor.
They're trying to get you to ask
I
about
can't
your
hear.
cancer.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I couldn't hear. I literally just got back from like a football game with a bunch of band kids. Leave me alone.
Fine.
Yeah.
Carol, that was yesterday.
My ears. My ears.
It's been
My
24
precious
hours.
baby ears.
Ow.
It's been 24 hours.
Okay, wait.
It's up to you. It's up to you if you want to possibly ask her if she knows anything or if she can help you in any way, point you in a direction. It's totally on you.
We're just
What's
making sure you
going
don't
on?
fucking forget.
Yeah,
Sure.
they're just trying to remind you. Said like, hey, you're cancer.
I'm thinking like what to ask.
Yeah. If you don't have anything that you want to ask right now, or you can't think of anything,
I want to ask, but I don't know what. Like specific.
Hey, I have cancer. Where is doctor?
me cancer. What a doctor.
Hey.
I had a fighter who spoke like that actually.
Oh god.
Because Common was his second language. His first language was Draconic.
You know, I actually kind of like that.
That's
It's
fair.
better than the I only have 6 intelligence.
No, he had like, I think 10 intelligence. No, he had like 12.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is
That's
like
above
I like it
average.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, he was above average. He was a decently smart guy. It's just
So, Earl,
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know like any kind of doctor or whatever that would, a good doctor around here or someone that specializes in more unusual stuff or whatever?
Make it sound like they have a terrible STD.
Mhm. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Get your minds out of the gutter.
It's stuck.
Bonk you with my
It's stuck.
spear. I will whack you.
Do it.
Do it.
you know, you have a quarter staff. You don't have to whack him with the pointy stick. You can do it with the blunt stick.
by the way, Varel, I don't know if you noticed, but Ashton asked you to whack her with your wood.
Actually, Astrid is gonna take off, and she's gonna invite Jack to come with, if he wants. But I need to go out into the woods.
But she would
Yeah.
respond to you, Varel, with like, there is the fairy docks, several lining temples to a grand number of gods where they can possibly help you with any sort of disease or affliction. If I may ask, are you asking about something curable or something dire?
Dire.
You see just a contemplative face, kind of like a should I say this, should I not say this? I do not know the extent of what it is you wish to heal within yourself, but I do have one ally who albeit, how do I even say it? Friends without being friends. We converse, but we often fight. But nonetheless, I cannot argue that she is a brilliant mind and knows near enough anything I do not know. God damn it, Jack. She often moves from place to place, is very hard to pin down, but I do have a method of tracking my companion in order to converse and to possibly send someone along their way.
Can you re-
However,
Sorry.
oh,
Alright, keep going. Keep going.
no, go for it, because there's an
That
addition.
very last part, I didn't get to hear what you said because it cut off.
You said that
Like that very
her
last
companion,
part.
yeah, her companion moves around a lot, but she has a way to track her in order to send you to that location. But then she continues on, goes, however, I will preface, going to see her will be an endeavor and may or may not result in some questionable results.
What
She
does
is
that mean?
she is good at what she does, but her means and methods are unorthodox.
Oh, God.
My gosh, my family keeps calling me at the worst times, and I miss the fortune of that. Ah!
Dumbass.
Okay, that's not my fault.
Block them.
Okay. Block your
Block
family.
them. Never speak to them again.
It's okay to cut toxic people out of your life.
Damn.
So what Ashton is saying, it's okay to cut toxic people.
Yeah.
Pull a knife. You have a spear.
Okay, so can you pick up from the when she after I said like the what does that mean? Sorry.
She means that she is very good at her job. However, her healing methods are unorthodox.
Well, what are we talking about here? Like,
I have never understood how she works and or her methods, but there's nothing I can do to deny the results. Anyone I have ever sent her way, or anyone who's ever interacted with her in a method of healing, comes out of it better than before.
Okay.
okay.
But, question mark?
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like the point here, right?
Alright, yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you have anyone? I'll keep that in mind. Do you have anyone that you know maybe around here? I will keep that in mind. I just need, you know.
As I said, the Fairy Docks has a whole slew of religious churches and such not. Perhaps they can help you. Otherwise, when it comes to any standard medical attention, the city, I don't know if it's anything that you cannot find anywhere else.
Okay. Thank you.
So, unless anybody has anything else they would like to say.
Before Jack gets dragged out by Astrid,
Mhm.
would you know of any magical items or anyone who might have something like that would help in, magical scrying? Allow one to do that.
I'm aware that there are possibilities of doing so. However, the items itself is quite rare and very hard to come across. I personally have not seen one in the past 3 decades, but
Okay.
there perhaps may be a chance at the other shops. I don't keep their inventory, after all.
Alright, just figured I'd ask. Thanks.
So,
Okay, now we stab her and steal everything.
Do it. I fucking dare you.
Steal her dad.
Yes. Do it.
what you haven't realized is Frankie is alive, and he actually swallowed the gem already.
Frankie is now her dad.
I kind of actually want to try to steal her dad now, just because it was encouraged.
Oh, I
still
thought about
like
it.
The idea of Frankie secretly being able to fucking eat the magic out of items. It's terrifying, but it's a
Terrible
possibility.
idea.
He went for that shard.
Yep.
We should
He
give him
did,
natural
because he's a
shard.
good boy.
I like how Volmer went from, we're never giving him the shard to, wait, we should try giving him the shard.
Well, Frankie's more trustable with it than Jack is all I'm saying.
No, no, he's
Frankie
not.
wouldn't kidnap a woman with it.
No, he'd fucking eat her
Exactly.
instead.
Frankie wouldn't kidnap a woman with the shard.
I mean,
I
if
will
he eats
sell
it,
Frankie.
it's disposed of.
So, as the conversation comes to an end, and you guys are escorted out of the shop, wherein Ashwin takes a hold of Jack to make her way out towards the outskirts of the city, do you guys follow along, or do you guys want to do something else?
I want to go back to the 5 M's, and I want to try to get my damn book.
It is nighttime, it is closed.
Fuck.
Get fucked, Fanoa.
No, they should just always be open. Fuck them. Kind of library.
It's a library, not a fucking
Yeah, what
24-hour
yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah, what kind of library isn't open all night? They don't need
Ours.
sleep.
Most of them?
Yeah.
Our
No.
local
That'd be awesome,
library
though.
isn't open 24/7.
Yeah, our local library. Yeah, but my point, it's magic.
I want to create a 24-hour bookstore that is also a cafe, so that when you finish that book in the series and you need the next one, you can go and get your coffee and get that next book.
That sounds so amazing.
Right?
That would be great.
I
And then
love
attached
that.
to it,
I
a
would fund
24-hour
it.
library, too. In case you
Yes.
can't afford the books.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
But, are you guys following Jack and Ashwin to go watch the fireworks?
Sure.
Jack's just
Actually,
gonna give
I'm
all
gonna
of them a
I'm
pointed
gonna go a
stare.
different way though. Like I'm gonna go watch the fireworks, but somewhere else, because mom and dad need their alone time. It's been a
The
very stressful
fireworks for
time.
me, there's not really fireworks.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
No, there's
Jack-
not really fireworks. He's saying that I'm
not
gonna
really
I wasn't
explode.
paying attention.
Yeah.
I
I'll
was
go
wondering
with
why
them.
they're fireworks.
God damn
I'll
it,
go with
Volmer.
them.
You were not invited,
with
go
you.
away.
Jack is going to
If
give
you
Volmer a
don't-
pointed stare.
If you don't want me
Probably
going,
go by.
I will stop. But
Yeah,
by
um,
default,
yeah.
I'm gonna go with if
Yeah.
they don't say otherwise.
I'm
Pointed
going to
stare.
make sure you'll die.
Okay, then I'm not gonna go if Jack's like trying to sing. Actually, can I?
Does
know what?
Volmer pick up on these social cues?
Jack, give me just a straight charisma check, and Volmer, give me an insight. Yeah.
Okay. So
I would still say there is. It's not that he doesn't understand. It's more of just like Volmer can feel the tension. Where is that tension? You don't really know.
Can I give mom a hug?
can I
Volmer,
give
you're gonna
Jack-
hear in your ear a woman's voice saying, "If you value your manhood, turn back." It's a very familiar female voice.
Volmer's gonna like confused, turn his head, like what the fuck? He's. I guess I'll
So-
turn back if fucking.
Can I find flowers for Mom?
Yeah.
Mom, she needs some nice flowers. It's been a
So-
stressful time.
Fanoa, you're going flower picking, or you're going to try to find a flower shop in the middle of the night?
No, I don't. No,
Okay.
buying flowers is for cowards. You
Since
pick your
I'm not
flowers.
going with Jack and Ash, I'm gonna go with Fanoa to make sure she doesn't get herself killed.
Oh, how would I
Valid.
get myself killed picking flowers?
By trying to
You
fight a
know,
fucking
it's
dragon that
just-
shows up
Or
randomly?
picking
Yeah,
a fight
I'm
with
not
the
gonna die
wildlife.
with flowers.
Picking a
Get
fight with
sick,
the wildlife.
maybe. Get sick, baby.
Pick
The
So-
dog's against me too now, man.
So, all the three of you go flower picking. Jack and Ashrin. Heading out of the city center and out towards the walls themselves. Going a short distance into the forest. Are you doing anything besides exploding?
I mean, we're probably gonna chat.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to deal with this real quick. I'm gonna
Okay.
have him just kind of. Can we find a clearing that's big enough that he could like stand on the edge and be safe?
Somewhat. There's not that much of a clearing so much as there are some sections where like the trees aren't as condensed as others.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to trigger this wild magic.
So
Um,
since you're going to be just spamming the hell out of this,
Yeah.
I guess the question would mostly ask, how long are you going to try to do this for before giving up? Just in case you have to give up. Because God, it'd be hilarious if you actually managed to get to 19.
Until you get to 19. Do it until you get to 19, and when you get to 19, save it for the next fight.
Oh my god.
Oh
I
my
mean-
God, that'd be funny
I
as
love the idea of her giving up, and then the next fight she tries to cast in just unintentionally.
She rolls a nat 20 on her check.
I want to get it out of my system because I've been feeling stressed and I can feel like this just energy underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm probably gonna try really hard to get it to go.
Okay, so
One giant euphemism.
give me 5 charisma checks first off.
Damn.
Clicked it a fourth time. Why didn't it go? There.
Internet.
Oh shit.
That's for 20. Really quickly. First off, roll 3 d20s for the first 3. So it's 7 right now, so it's 7, 8, 9 in case you don't get either of them. You didn't get
Wow.
either of them.
Holy fuck.
Nat 20.
So I'm at 9 now?
You're at 9 now.
Holy crap.
On that fourth attempt to try and draw out that energy, go and just give me a charisma saving throw for me real quick. (17).
Damn. That's...
When you try calling out that energy, and like you said, at this point you're starting to kind of get the feel and the sensation. You're like, I'm starting to realize how much energy is being pent up in here. You start to get the feeling that the more you try this with a higher number, the higher risk this might backfire in a way you've never felt before. Like overcharging a battery in yourself.
Shit.
Which is a good thing they got a natural 20 the next time. So go ahead and roll another d20 for me.
Oh, I swear to God.
Real quick.
Okay, this
Jack's
quick question.
seen-
Would
Oh, good. Good.
you be willing to share how this chart actually works? Because I don't get it. You
This
say
is something. So this is something. This is just all homebrew shit, and I'm.
Ridiculously
Yeah.
homebrew.
Yeah.
I
Aware
should
it's
not be able
ridiculously
to
homebrew.
trigger it manually.
So for her to trigger it manually, she has to get a 16 on a charisma check. and then she has to roll a d20 to even proc her wild magic. If she doesn't hit the 16 charisma check, nothing happens. Nothing happens. However, at this point, she's starting to get such a charge inside of her, which she's at a fucking 9 out of 20.
It's gonna go.
Yeah, if she's...
It has to.
It gets to that point where it's like, you can pack a cannon with as much gunpowder as you want, but there comes a moment where if you pack that with too much gunpowder...
It explodes and takes off someone's head.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought, like, I was meant actually when she surged. How did that chart work? Not.
Oh, that one is
Oh.
a d20 roll, and then there's 3 different charts
Okay.
with 100 different options on that. So
Yep.
that's
It is
fun.
from 1 through 5, it's an extreme result. From a 6 to 15, it's just a standard result. And from 16 to 20, they are passive results.
Okay.
I don't know why it always does. Okay. Jack's gonna walk up when she's concentrating, touch her on the shoulder, and cast enhance ability.
It's because you have no option to change which one you want, and one of the
Yeah.
options is a temp HP ability.
Oh yeah, that's right, huh?
I think it's like bear toughness, something like that.
Yeah, bear's endurance.
There you go. So go ahead and roll that additional d20 for this last time.
The charisma save, or no? This is the.
This is
Okay.
for the search. Yeah, this is for the
Okay.
search. You're at 9. There
There
you
it
go.
goes.
Finally.
And Jack just fucking put himself in the fucking line
Yep.
of fire because you walked up and touched me.
Yep.
Yeah. His hand is sitting on your shoulder as you do
Fucking
this.
kidding me, you ass.
Go ahead and roll d20. Let's see what you get here.
Mm.
4 100.
This is
Let's
gonna
go.
go so badly.
I honestly
You-
hope it's the fireball.
If you get the fireball here and now,
You know,
Come on,
Jack, maybe a
Fireball.
wizard. You know, Jack, maybe a wizard with counterspell would have been helpful here.
Counterspell's not gonna do shit.
If it's a fireball, it will.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
yeah, because it is a cast spell. However, they would have to be aware of your wild magic surges, which Volmer is at least. So it would have helped.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
D100. Let's see what we got here.
Come on, fireball.
It's not fireball.
Okay.
Fireball is 1. This is one you've never gone before.
I don't have it
Oh,
open.
no.
Where is it?
That is a moment of moments.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Hey, Astrid. Pick one ability score you want to increase by 1 point.
Oh shit. Just like permanently?
Holy shit.
I'm playing Wild Magic Sorcerer next.
That's just.
Hang on.
Yep. Because this is going to be funny, I think.
Make
I-
charisma 21.
I mean,
Because he never. Is the 20 still in play for this?
Yes, the 20 would still be in play. That's a good point. I should fix that. Yes. Cannot go past the max.
Okay.
Yes.
Making sure, because there are some ways to increase your stats past.
There are. Yes.
I'm getting ready.
the funny thing is, even if I increase any of them except for strength, I don't get any pluses because it bumps it up to an odd number and it doesn't matter.
Then increase something and get like a feat that increases the point later, or like if you cast it and get the same surge.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with intelligence.
Okay. So you now have a permanent increase to intelligence.
Yeah.
Now, choose one that you want to lose a point in.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Honestly, I thought it was going to drain one for me.
That would fucking suck.
That would have
That
been
would suck.
that would have been poetic and funny. Yeah. I figured it was one of those two.
You know what? I already have a +0 in strength. We're just gonna lose the other one there that's not doing any good.
Alrighty. So give yourself a bump in intelligence. You're now at 15 intelligence. and you're not a 10 in strength. So, as Jack kind of walks up and gives you the enhanced ability, in that moment you feel all that reserved energy finally expel itself, but then almost instantly revert its way back into your body, and you almost feel this draining of energy from your very own body's muscles. What little you already had to begin with, you can almost feel that they just decreased that little bit more, and you feel just that little bit more enlightened in intellect. At the very least in the moment, doesn't seem like that's going away anytime soon.
What's your strength at again?
10.
Oh, we match now. Finally, someone on my level.
Well, does that reset that counter?
That does reset the counter.
Perfect. That was the goal here.
I'll spoil it now. If you reach 10 trying to do this, something happens.
I explode spontaneously.
I want you to hit fucking 10 now, goddamn
Now
it.
I want her to hit 20. Because if something happens at 10, something's got to happen at like 15.
She probably rolls twice on the fucking tables and gets both.
Probably.
Oh.
That would be
Or
fucking
it's
cool.
automatically an extreme.
If she
Who
gets
knows?
20, it's 3 rolls.
Who knows?
It'd be a roll on each table.
Alright.
You good?
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, about that walk.
Yeah, let's have that walk.
Unless you need to get back and talk to Vivian.
Who has been waiting for y'all all fucking day.
Get fucked, Vivian.
I'm sure the others will beat us back to
We
the
don't
room. It'll
want her
be
to
okay.
get fucked, actually.
I love how,
mean-
like, everyone but Jack has decided to bully Vivian. She's done nothing wrong.
I mean, she'll probably
I've
stab you in
been
your
okay
sleep.
with her,
She
except for I was a
joined
little
us.
pissy.
Yeah,
I feel like Ash and Vivian at the end of things are either going to be best friends or worst enemies. One of the two.
Oh, 100%.
yeah.
We're totally gonna bond over shit after I stop being pissy with her.
And Jack's either gonna be dead or I have backup characters ready just in case. Oh, fuck.
Jack dies, Ash and Vivian get together instead.
Hell yeah. Get that power couple going.
Well, fuck.
How did your relationship start? Well, she threw a dagger at my head. There was just something sexy about it. Can't get over it.
I mean, not wrong. Anyways, alright. Should we go on a walk?
Okay. So as you two kind of begin a stroll along the not the edge of the city, but around the city in the tree lines.
So, I told you my story. What about yours? Because I get the feeling that there's more to it than the, space internet.
Goddamn space internet.
I love the idea of Ashton just saying that in the middle of the fucking field. It's like, I think there's more to space internet. It's like, what the fuck is space internet?
I'm sorry, my... Ah!
What's space?
Right. So, I mentioned, before that I grew up with Vivian and Alexander. Vivian came from a noble family in Melker, mine from a merchant family, and Alexander is from a military family. And we grew up together, we played, we got in trouble, and, well, the three of us fell in love with each other. And for years, we were all together. We were inseparable. Whenever one of us got in trouble, we all got in trouble because we were always fucking together. And eventually, and I still don't know how, Alexander and Vivian's parents found out. My parents always knew, and they were fine with it. Granted, they have always been fine with most of the things I do. It's, I guess, one of their charms. I guess I was lucky in that aspect. And when their parents found out, they disappeared. I didn't see them again. I heard that Vivian's father married her off to some noble, and Alexander's father sent him off to some military school of some sort. And, well, Alexander, I know, he would never have been a soldier. It's not his type. I would be surprised to see him even as an adventurer, but I confronted Vivian's father and demanded to know what happened to her. He had me thrown out of his home and threatened to lock myself into the council's dungeon where no one will ever find me, and also threatened my family's business. When I confronted Alexander's father, he quite literally beat me till the inch of my life, and then had me thrown from his estate. And of course, with his connections, it was covered up. And with that, I fell into a deep depression, to the point where I did not eat, did not sleep. I went days and days without sleeping, drinking and eating the bare minimum. Till at one point I even tried to take my life. One of the servants caught me and stopped me, and she never told my parents, but she was always around, always keeping an eye on me, and from there I just didn't have much. And then my parents started buying more books, and I got into the library and started reading and reading and reading, where I spent years at home reading every book we had in our library twice over. And when that wasn't enough, I finally left home. It's been 2 years since I even left the house. I went out looking for more books because I finally found something intriguing in life again. So I started sneaking in to all these piece of shit nobles, and I found quite a few interesting books, and had to find interesting ways to leave said houses sometimes. And that's kind of when I started running into the sleeping around a bit, which was fun. Still is, but that got me into a lot more trouble. It was bound to happen. Granted, breaking into people's houses is bound to get you in more trouble too, but I then delved into research, and I found that story, the one I met you guys telling. I found information on it, and I started looking into older and older libraries within Melker, and when I found, I couldn't find any more information. I set out. I found a church to Ogma, the god of knowledge, and there I delved through their archives, and I then started studying languages, and all these ancient languages, and Sylvan and Draconic and abyssal, all of it. It was fun. It was something for me to do, and I then found a scroll with a language I couldn't decipher. So I, you know, started traveling around trying to find a way to answer this. Which, I guess I did kind of steal that scroll from that church. Whatever.
That
It's
can't end poorly.
It's knowledge. I mean, those scrolls shouldn't stay locked up and hidden away inside of a church anyways. I don't think Ogma would appreciate that. Knowledge is to be learned. What's the point of keeping it hidden away? But from there, I found a place to do research at a bard's college, surprisingly enough. And I spent a few years there. Was it a few years? I can't remember. But I delved into it and started deciphering the scroll a bit. And that was actually when I found a ring inside that scroll tube. And he kind of just plays with the ring on his finger. And bound to this ring was Shadri. And I ended up releasing her. From there, we made a pact and had yeah, I've been fucking her too.
Facts and books, Jack. That
Yeah, sex and books.
I mean, I guess in a way, your story's almost sadder than mine. To have so much love and then have it ripped away from you. I can't even imagine.
It isn't fun, but also at the same time, I couldn't imagine growing up in a household with parents who didn't love me. So that, I guess I understand, because if I didn't have the parents I have, then I probably would have ran away or killed myself years ago.
Well, I'm glad you're here now.
Me too. But, you know, the funny thing is, you remind me of both of them. You're a little bit naive sometimes to some things, and that reminds me of Alexander. And when you get a fire up your ass over something, well, you've met Vivian.
Yeah.
You can get a lot like her. I think you two could have fun and become good friends. As much as you might not like her right now.
I have to admit, I was very hurt when you walked in with her. I understand now. You didn't mean to bring her back with you, but you just wanted to check on her.
Yeah?
I think I can try and get along with her. This is so far out of my realm of experience.
If it makes you feel any better, me too.
Not nearly as far as me.
There's a difference between love and sex, though. Big difference.
I've had neither.
Wait, what? Are we not your
Reread
biological
what I said
children,
before
Mom?
that. Oh wait, oh that.
Mom, are we adopted?
You're ruining the moment.
Oh, fuck.
Mom, is there something you want to
And
tell
Noah
us?
pops up in the bush 20 feet away. Parents been listening this whole time.
Oh my
I still
god.
love the idea of you guys walking up on fucking Volmer trying to stop Noah from eating poison ivy during your walk.
Oh,
Okay, she
fucking-
knows not to eat poison ivy.
Does
She might try. She might try to eat a dandelion, though. Cause like, you can eat dandelions. You can.
Oh
The
man.
dog
He eats a
disagrees.
cat, George. He can't even talk.
The dog disagrees.
Fucking Christ. Okay. And what do you say to that after Jack kind of just chuckles a little bit and gives you a smile? I mean, that's fair. I mean, I could fix both of those problems.
I think I'd like that.
Jack's just gonna pull you in for a hug.
I hug him back.
This is one giant mess. And I am sorry for all the bullshit.
Some of the bullshit is mine.
Yeah,
I mean,
but most of it's mine. I'll own that. Oh,
this is fair.
yeah. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna have a talk with Shadri, too.
What do you mean?
Yeah, she reacted kind of the same way you did to Vivian.
Oh. So I don't suppose she'll like me either.
Shadri? Just kind of like questioning, like, oh shit.
No response.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's something else I might need to deal with.
Genie pops out of nowhere and just fucking murders Ashrin.
Oh, well, campaign turns into us hunting down Shadri. Let's kill her.
Well, do we take no answer as good?
I, in my experience, silence from a woman, usually not a good thing. I learned that one quickly.
So I shouldn't try for a kiss?
Jack just looks down at you and kisses you.
Aww. I kiss him back, and when we break the kiss, I say, well, hopefully she doesn't hunt me down.
I mean, she's gotta go through us first.
I think we've got a lot on our plate.
Yeah. This is not what I planned. I don't even know what to say.
Well, how about we leave things unsaid and we head back to the room.
Yeah, before Fanoa and Volmer destroy it again.
Yeah. And then Ashton's gonna take Jack's hand while they walk back to the city.
Hey.
Okay,
Speaking
to be
of.
fair, Fanoa and I have a very important dynamic in this party. And that's that we keep you two from being depressing 24/7.
Yeah.
Hey,
That wasn't
speaking
that
of,
depressing.
speaking of, Fen.
You were
Volmer-
literally crying IRL, Ashrin.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not now. It's fine. But
You're
I
doing so
do
good.
have to go to the fucking bathroom like so.
Go for it. And in the meantime, Fen, Varel, and Volmer, give me perception checks real quick.
Oh god. It's like we spot them and we just watch from the bushes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Fen runs at you from the bushes while you kiss Frank from Volmer.
And no, Volmer, he didn't fuck one of his servants. He fucked many other servants.
Are we gonna die?
Ooh. Volmer and Farrell. On your
Oh,
way
God.
back, while Finoa has the bundle of her flowers just in her hands, kind of humming gleefully on the way back to town, when you guys finally decide this is enough, not because it's enough flowers, because Finoa literally can't carry anymore.
Volmer said it was enough
They're
30
not
minutes ago.
They're not helping me?
I'm just making sure
Are
you don't
y'all
get
not
yourself
helping
killed. I'm just making sure you don't get yourself killed.
I'm not gonna. You're gonna die before me, and I'm going to laugh and dance on your grave.
On the way
can't
back
walk
though, Volmer and Veril, while you are making your way back to town after having to go a little bit of a far distance to get some more exotic and vibrant wildflowers, you can't help but notice amongst the tree lines, you swear, you see something moving, slow and steady. It doesn't seem like it's coming in your direction, but it looks like it's making its way towards Luma.
Can I identify what it is?
It looks humanoid.
Can I identify the species? Or race?
When you try focusing on that, and through the night, and with you, Luma's the city, Beryl. The title of the city is on top of your fucking screen.
Daryl, did you forget it was...
Please.
I didn't know we were outside the city. I thought we were in the city.
We
No,
were
we
fucking
went out
just
flowers.
outside the flowers.
No.
We went out into the
Oh, they're
woods.
not-
The
What city
dogs
has
have it too now.
What woods have what city has woods in the middle of them? Middle of it.
If they want to be fancy, they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like fucking New York, magic New
Oh.
York.
Yeah,
Okay.
kinda.
That's fair. I was thinking like our city, like well, not our city, but you know, whatever.
A rural
We do
town.
not live in a city. We do not live in
Yeah,
a city.
a rural town is what you're trying to think of.
Not like city, but by definition. Yeah. Okay.
I get what you mean.
We're still gonna bully you for forgetting the name.
But as Volmer, you focus on that, and even though with the moonlight and the darkness, and with your dark vision, you start to make out a more clearer shape. When you've seen before,
Fucking dragon.
kind of decrepit, slow moving,
Shit.
partially decayed. As you recognize the Revenant, just very slowly walking its way towards Luma.
Motherfucker. DM's gonna cock block us again.
You just can't let us be happy.
Trust me, there's something I set
Dad,
up.
please.
There's something I had set up already, and I'm just like, well, of all moments, this is the best and worst moment for this to happen.
I'm just gonna kill a revenant. Just gonna kill a revenant.
Everyone got that except for me. Someone please explain.
You were not there that session. There was a Revenant, which is essentially an undead with a purpose, that is connected to Ashen's past.
Oh,
with her old tutor.
It's my tutor. He thinks I'm
Yeah.
broken and he needs to fix me.
Oh God.
Mhm.
And last y'all saw of him, he literally just stepped into the ocean and just kept going.
Farrell,
Do you see
go
that too?
get Jack. Go get Jack and Ash. Finoa and I will keep an eye on him.
Okay.
Because
Vera will stay.
hopefully Varel. I'm saying Varel because I'm pretty sure they can turn to a bird now.
Yeah, they can now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
do that.
Okay. So as you turn yourself into a bird to start flying off towards the city, Finoa and Volmer tracking him. How are you guys doing? Just stealthily, or are you just trying to keep a distance away?
I'm just thinking I want to go up and yell, "Hey, bitch! How you doing?"
Volmer's thinking he needs to be ready in case Finoa tries dumb bullshit like that, and he's keeping his distance.
So
Are you just
keeping
like
distance.
holding her by the hood or something?
I'm threatening the flowers. I will shoot a firebolt if you drop them to run at him.
Just don't drop them.
Or
Yeah,
well,
I was
if you
gonna carry them, but also like really?
if you run while carrying them, that's gonna ruin them.
Not necessarily. No, you hold them up. They're not like. How long are your flowers?
I don't.
I'm like
Depends
3
on the
whole
fucking
feet.
flower.
They're not that tall.
The Lego flowers
you
are.
getting?
Lego flowers.
Pick up the whole
No,
rose
I
bush.
can run and carry flowers. I do it all the time.
So,
I actually do it.
give me perception checks to both of you then to keep track of the Revenant. As Finoa contemplates murdering Volmer.
IRL.
It's a daily occurrence at this point.
Hey, matching 16.
Right.
Would you look at that?
Aw.
Flowers.
Yeah, Nick.
I didn't notice that. You guys also both have +5 to perception. What the fuck?
Ha.
So, while you guys are keeping track of the Revenant, and Vero, you make your way into the city flying as a bird, as Ashton and Jack, just before you arrive at the inn itself, you notice one bird just very quickly land in front of you on the side of the street, quickly reverting into Vero, seemingly semi out of breath, having rushed and panicked their way there.
You gotta do a trick.
What? What?
You've never been able to turn into a bird before, have you?
Well, not until kind of recently. Anyway, that's not the point. So me, Volmer and Finoa have spotted a certain somebody walking towards here.
Walking towards Luma, not here.
Luma.
I mean, Luma is there.
Who?
Aren't they also in the forest?
They were making their way back.
Yeah, who?
That one guy, the undead guy, Astron's teacher,
Castian?
the tutor guy, the one, I don't know.
Castian.
Castian.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, his name is Cassian.
Okay. Yeah, that guy.
Fuck.
I kind of had the feeling that we weren't done with him.
In his short time at a clergy, are there... yeah, short time. Are there ways to put a revenant to
Are there ways
rest?
to banish the Revenant?
Yeah, there's like...
Go the fuck away! Leave me alone!
It is
Or put him to
actually
rest.
very quote-unquote easy to kill a Revenant. Putting them to rest is a whole nother issue. At that point, you need to know what their goal is and or who it is that is keeping them alive.
Is there a way to put them to rest without them performing their goal? Because we know what the goal is, and we don't want that.
Give me a religion check.
+8 in that, and I rolled a fucking 4.
Again, it's so varied. There's so many methods of doing it, but it all depends on the Revenant.
Have we seen any
And
churches?
this is not a normal Revenant, he's broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we seen any churches in Luma at all?
No, but literally
She
Cassandra,
did tell us
yeah,
that
when
there were some.
Varel asked about their disease, that the Fairy Docks is literally lined with churches and clergy.
Okay. Let's go that way. And okay, Varel, we're gonna go to the ferry docks. Can you go
Uh-huh.
back to Volmer and Finoa and just follow him, see where he's going, and let them know we're gonna head to the ferry docks. See if there's some way we can just, I mean, if that's fine with you, Ashwin, to put him to rest.
Yeah, that's okay with me.
Okay, that sounds good.
I mean, if at all possible, I'd like to talk to him, but he doesn't speak. I've tried.
His mind seems broken, or
Yeah.
something.
Okay. So, as Vero, you revert back into your bird form and fly off to go rediscover Volmer and Finoa. As Ashton and Jack, you guys make your way towards the ferry docks.
Should we go inside and tell Vivian what's up before we leave
Ah, fuck yeah.
again?
Okay. Quickly inside.
You should have just left her.
She's just in the room by herself, wondering if we're dead or not.
No, she probably brought in some people. Okay.
Ran off with the 500 gold.
I mean, yeah, we'll head inside and see if she's up in the room.
Okay. When you go inside of the room itself, you would instantly be able to see Vivian there, asleep on the ground in a bedroll. Where, at first, you would not know it's Vivian. It wasn't for the fact that you knew she was there, as her hair went from the nice scarlet red color to now a deep brown coloration. And even when you see off to the side her ears, where they had that slight point roundedness to that of a half-elven nature, you now see that she has done something to now extend them to be far more pointed and elven in nature.
Okay.
And even her face has this makeup that seems to have now made her look more filled than it did with her petite litheness before.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of gently tap her on the side. Tap her on the shoulder.
You see one eye just kind of crack open, like, what took you guys so long?
We had a meeting with the merchant we were working for, and then we have another issue that's gonna take us to the ferry docks. We'll be back sometime later tonight. You know you can use one of these beds, right?
Yeah, take a bed.
Yeah, I didn't exactly know when any of you guys were coming back.
It's okay. Volmer doesn't actually sleep. He can just sit in the corner and meditate.
Yeah.
Then Jack has his ring.
Like, it's
she looks-
true, but offering my bed to someone else.
She does look at you,
You
Asher,
don't
and goes
need it. You don't deserve it.
like, she does look at you, Asher, and goes like, "Your clothes are on the bed, by the way. I got some
Thanks.
new ones."
Thank you. I'm sorry for the way I acted earlier.
There's a partial confusion to her face, kind of like, don't know what you're talking about. Kind of smirks a little bit, or shuts her eye again.
I'm gonna smack her on the shoulder. Get your ass in a bed.
Hey, come on. I all comfy here.
This is
Well,
bullshit.
between me and Jack, we could probably put you in a bed. But
I know
I'd
prissy
prefer
little
you did it
princesses
yourself.
like you don't like sleeping bags, so get in the bed.
There's a moment she does look at you, Jack, that was like, you tell her we do it that way?
I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'd like to see you try. And at that point is when she would start to kind of get up and stretches. And you do see that she has even acquired herself a full new set of clothing, of a shirt that seems to hug the body a little more, and she seems to have this belt now that's almost like cinching, with longer pants that have a little bit more drag to them. So she very much looks like your stereotypical common adventurer now versus some sort of royalty that she kind of had before on.
Okay. I'm just gonna point her to my bed. Go to sleep.
Then let me sleep. She just goes to the bed.
Alright. We're gonna head out.
Yeah, we gotta go deal with that shit.
Ah, that bitch. Out of game.
I swear to God, I am like Ashrin is having flashbacks to all kinds of random shit every time this guy comes back.
But in the meantime, as you guys are making your way to the ferry docks, Vero, you're going to find Finoa and Volmer. As the two of you are tailing the Revenant, you just see him seemingly with intent making his way towards the city until maybe about 200 or so feet out of the city walls, where the trees start to really clear off. thickness and such. He just stops there, and is just seemingly looking for something specifically. You do anything in the meantime?
Can I try to spot what he's looking for?
Just give me a perception check. See if maybe you could.
I kind of want to give him a flower.
Can I also
Maybe
say,
he's looking for a flower.
Aren't revenants usually like kind of fiery?
not
No.
always.
Okay, just going off of memory of one.
Can I have sent Lily back with Varel to the group?
With a 21, where you see him kind of looking around a certain area. You don't know where exactly he's looking for, but there's one thing that kind of strikes you a little bit intriguing. When you try to follow his line of sight and try to see, he's not looking at any of the buildings. He's not even looking at any of the foliage per se. It almost looks like he's looking at an empty space close to the wall.
He doesn't have the potion. That's... That's it.
And as you kind of get that information, you see the bird visage of Varel come and just lands atop Volmer's head.
And then
Which, Finoa, if you want to use speak with animals, you can, so Varel does not have to change back to normal.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna do
does,
that.
does Volmer know this bird is Varel? Varel, what does your bird form look like?
That's a good question.
I'd assume.
The bird landed on your head, Volmer. Are you that much of a Disney
Yeah,
princess?
and you
It happens
just
a
sent
lot?
Volmer.
No,
Sent
but like,
Varel away. We just sent Varel away to go talk to our group.
there's
That's a
still
bird.
a
Bird's
chance.
back and laid on your head. Not really.
Our luck is really bad. Like,
Yeah, but like a bird landing on your head, that means they like you.
I love
If
the
you
idea.
really think a bird would like you that much.
I love the idea that a random ass bird lands on Volmer's head and goes, "Oh hey Varel," and then a second bird lands right next to him and goes, "Hey guys!" Like, wait, what?
exactly. Like, I don't want that shit
That's
to
not
happen.
gonna would a bird really want to like voluntarily land on you that didn't know you already and didn't like, oh yeah, I'm already like stuck with this dude.
Are you trying to imply birds don't like me, Fen?
Yes.
Birds like anybody.
You're not that. No. Yeah. Yeah. Birds don't
Yeah.
like people. Why would
I-
they
I-
like you?
I guess I won't swat at the bird without knowing it's Varel.
It's our
Uh,
buddy.
And you can, or Varel, you can communicate with Finoa as you speak with
Hi,
animals,
buddy.
so you don't have to change back to normal.
Hi,
So-
friend.
Hi. Jack and Astrid, they've been notified.
Alright.
They're head to the the Paradox?
Yep.
To find some sort of religious church thing to see if they can try and get rid of him, maybe?
Cool.
Oh.
It looks like he's trying to look for something. I don't fucking know what.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just over there digging some grass.
Oh. Well,
Yeah. Lord knows what the hell he's doing.
As you say that, you
Hasn't
start to
been an
see him
issue.
kind of like walking his way ever so slowly, even slower than before, with some sort of intent towards the wall of the city.
Yeah, do you think he'd want a flower? Like maybe give him a flower and he'd be happy? Do you think he'd want a flower?
I don't think a flower's the solution here, Finoa.
You're not part of this conversation.
maybe we should
Last
just...
I checked, you can't talk to birds.
I'm
You
pretty sure
can't
for
talk
speak
to
with
birds.
I'm pretty sure for speak with animals, you still speak out loud in your native language.
You can't,
Actually-
you're not part of this conversation though.
Actually, I think Finoa's right.
Can I
Yeah.
straight up
Yeah.
just... Is she just going...
You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. Finoa is speaking in chirps.
Yeah.
Secret. I
So
love that.
Finoa's... Wait. Finoa's never shared this ability before, so Volmer's
Nope.
just gonna...
I've done it.
Yeah, she's
I've
done it
around
before.
you guys before.
She
Yeah,
has. She's
I've
never
done it
explained it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done it before. I just start making fucking sounds, I
Wait,
guess.
Yeah.
what are the components to speak with animals, though? Because I think you actually cast a spell with it.
It's part of her
It's-
barbarian.
It's barbarian
Yeah.
ability. Because she's totem.
I'm
You just get it as a
fancy.
totem of barbarian.
Oh, it's not like you actually cast a spell? Okay.
No,
Fen
I
is
don't think
cool.
barbarians
Damn it.
get any abilities that involve
I
casting
just
spells.
I can't do a minor illusion though, but that's just the gnome thing.
Yeah.
You
Volmer's
gain
just
the
standing there like, so. What?
Yeah,
So,
kind of.
Daryl, should I give him
So-
a flower? Like, which flower should I give him? Like, what do you think? What color would he want?
Maybe we should just wait for now. I mean, you can go ahead and pick one for now, but don't give it to him, okay? Not right now, or
I
maybe.
thought you were more fun, Daryl.
I mean,
Gosh.
like I'm not
Okay.
against it, but also like.
I'm gonna
Ah.
put this flower. I'm gonna put this one. This one's gonna be his flower. I'm gonna
a pretty
take like
flower.
a pretty blue flower and I'm gonna put it on the ground, and like I'm gonna kind of like, kind of move it away a little bit.
That's
Go-
it towards
his
him?
flower. Yeah, just like, and I'm not gonna go to him yet. But I probably I'm
They'll just like
gonna.
rest on Fanoa's head.
You
Yep.
can play with Frankie. You guys can fly together.
Oh my
god! You guys can fly together. Oh wait, new tag rule. You're not allowed to fly when we play tag.
Wait, but Frankie can? That's not fair.
Frankie's not gonna go that far. I don't know where Veryl's. You can fly, just not like high.
Yeah, what's
I
still
love how we left this up to them to deal with it, and
Yep.
they're now talking about tag.
Yep.
Okay, to be fair,
is what
Fanoa
happens.
and Veryl are talking about tag. Volmer
Yeah.
has no clue what's going on and is keeping an eye on the
Yeah,
road.
you're not part of this conversation.
Fanoa, real quick, can you just
Yeah.
Volmer about what Jack and Ashrin is doing? So I have like 5 friends that are named somewhere along the lines of Ashrin.
Fine, I get that.
Say that again, please. Could you repeat that? I didn't understand what you said. Oh no, I'm stuck. I'm okay. My leg's like in my headphone cord. I had to close my door because my dog's being annoying.
Oh
Ugh.
my god.
I'm getting seasick.
So Volmer, you actually feel another weight on your shoulder.
It's the gentle one, like maybe a pound at most.
Yeah. Can I see the
Nope.
fairy or? Okay then.
You
You
feel
calm
like-
about it, or are you freaking the fuck out?
Yeah, I was gonna need kind of just like.
Like a-
just like
dodge.
start tapping at his shoulder to see if there's something
Yeah,
there.
there's a oddly, not exactly humanoid lump, but like, it's like if you pet a melted gummy bear kind of idea.
Ew.
You'll hear in your like really close to your ear in Elven. Stop it.
Oh, I'm gonna respond in Elven. Oh, okay, my bad. Wait. You're Jack's familiar, right?
Yes.
Making sure.
Please don't touch.
I won't. I'm gonna stop doing what I was doing and just.
Stop.
So
Don't touch me there.
Consent.
I know
okay.
that's where.
To be fair, they touched first.
So, as the three of you are kind of like conversing this, and Fanoa is
Oh yeah,
debating.
Volker. Veryl's back.
I
They said
assume
I
there's
can give him a flower in a minute. Yeah.
The
Jack
crow-
and Ash are
the
doing
bird
things.
just violently shakes their head no.
They said yeah. They said yeah. See. They're having
know
a
what?
seizure right now. It's okay.
I
It's the magic cancer.
cancer.
I'm waiting for Meryl to just bite Fanoa.
Could.
Do it.
Chomper.
I'm just saying that Carol's gonna like lightly peck Fanoa's shoulder.
Just
It's the cancer. I'm telling you.
Don't
Up,
give it
cut
a
off.
flower, Vanilla.
You cut off.
Also, your mic cut off.
Hurry up and tell Volmer so that we can make sure that he knows what's going on.
There you
I
go.
couldn't hear
Uh,
what you were saying.
No, I know.
I'm trying to
wait,
tell you.
but I was
I
explaining.
couldn't hear what you were saying about Jack and Ash.
Oh, they're going.
Oh, the thing.
Yeah,
The thing. They're doing the things.
they're going
What things?
to
The
find a
Jack and Ash thing.
to try and get rid of food.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I completely forgot. I got distracted by tag. Thank you, Bird Feral. Can't give him a little pat. They're going to try to get rid of him at the clergy place.
At a
Which
church.
The holy
which would
place.
which would be at the ferry docks. So
Jesus,
okay.
take the wheel.
Fucking.
Is Christianity a thing in D&D? I don't think it is.
No.
Jesus, take the wheel.
The fucking stupid part is technically yes.
Oh yeah, because technically D&D has all religions, doesn't it?
Yep.
Does it? I don't
That's
remember
great.
ever.
Canonically,
I
D&D technically has all religions, but it's because technically you can rip a tear into the world to go to the real world.
Oh, I do remember that bolt. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay, that's just
yeah.
funny though.
it's really dumb that I don't even remember how to do it, but there is a way to quote unquote travel between worlds. Like not even dimensions,
There's
worlds.
literally a hub that has every single like world and plane or whatever like attached to it, and you can actually go there and go through into like the real world and shit like that. I know someone
New
who
goal,
did it
make
back
this an
in.
Aberon campaign.
Well, they did it like AD&D or something like that, where they went to the real
Something.
world and got like the actual like D&D book and brought it back to Faerun.
Yep.
Yeah, so
It-
like they
it
have
was-
it
it
all
was-
the artifacts where they're at, like and who the people are and what they're doing right now and all that shit. And yeah,
it's fucking dumb.
it's
But
fucking-
still.
Anyway,
yeah.
Are you talking to Veryl about tag?
Absolutely. So while you were
We're
talking
about
to
to trade
Veryl
things.
about
Volmer's-
tag, and
Volmer's trying to figure out how to rein this guy to the ferry docks, I guess.
in the meantime, at the ferry docks, Ashrin and Jack, you guys haven't been in this section of town as of yet, and even then, arriving to the actual ferry docks itself, it's a curiosity due to the fact that almost every single building in the closer section towards the actual docks themselves is a church of some kind. Whether you're talking about Melora, whether you're talking about Paelor, whether you're talking about the Moonweaver, there is a church just standing there, and it is just options galore, and you just see several people with either robes or likening to the clothing that you should have for each of the buildings. And there's even one for Malil, who very fittingly, their church is in the shape of a tavern.
Okay.
Where do we go? Who can help? I don't.
Um.
I'm not super familiar with this.
So out again, you're doing Faerun deities, yeah?
It's a mix of
Okay.
mostly Faerun, mostly, but there are others in there.
Okay. Is there a church to Kellenbor?
There is not.
Lathander?
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure he'd be in here.
So Lathander, Paelor would be the Morning Lords, one of those two. Kellenbor and
Yes, there is a church to Lathander in here.
okay. So the Church of Lathander would be one aspect of a deity who would know how to deal with undead. Is there a deity another deity that I'm blanking on right now for, like the god of death?
There is the Raven Queen.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah,
the
that's
Raven.
right, the Raven Queen.
There is a Raven Queen in there.
Okay, so there's that aspect. She's a little bit different than.
Yeah, she's
The
more
guy.
fuck the undead more than lay them to rest.
Yeah, I mean, Kellamvor kind of is too, but anything with undeath is unnatural and should be purged. um, Usually the Morning Lord. God, all of these churches are
There's
pretty
a
much.
lot.
Like, well, I'm just thinking like all of them are pretty like Paylor, Lathander, Kellamvor, and the Raven Queen are pretty much all just no. Fuck undead in particular, and they need to be purged from the world. Like any unnatural extension of life is not okay to them.
I mean, I'm kind of of the same. I kind of agree. It's creeping me out.
I'm just trying to think. Creepiness would go with the Raven Queen, but I think we've had enough of that, so let's go to Lathander for now. Even though I love the Raven Queen so much.
So, heading over and just watching all these just buildings and all their insignias and colors and their acolytes and whatnot, eventually coming up to one of them that is definitely a much more grandiose, vibrant building compared to the rest of them, with the sigil of the dawning sun, dawning sun, over the landscape as you find the Church of Lathander, the Morning Lord, where you see several people just kind of calm down for the night, seeing as it is nighttime. This definitely isn't their moment per se to be active, but there are still a fair handful of clergymen there, kind of just either being at attention, taking care of a couple things, and saying their own prayers and whatnot towards the Lord himself.
Alright. We'll walk up with Ashrin and, hello, excuse me. I know this is not your normal hours of worship. I was curious if any of you might have some knowledge we might be seeking of, ways to put a revenant to rest.
You see a couple of them kind of ponder amongst themselves for a couple moments before one kind of walks up. Seems to be a very elderly gnoll with graying hair and missing patches to some of the fur at this point, wearing a more of a sash like cloak. And kind of walks and goes, are a few ways to deal with the persistence of the undead. You would need more specifics on what we are dealing with.
I mean, a revenant, and,
I mean, what draws the entity, if you do not wish to merely disperse of it?
Me?
yeah. This revenant's broken.
Broken how?
Well, most revenants have some kind of proper goal. His is a little all over the place, but it does revolve around her.
Kind of stands there for a couple of seconds before looking towards Ash and goes, if you are the holder of its bind, reconciliation and conversation may break its unending goal.
I tried that. He doesn't speak.
Well, then you're fucked.
Only in broken sentences.
At that, you see him confused and tilting his head.
Again.
And you even see a couple of the other ones, kind of other clergymen. There's almost like the sense of that's not good sort of idea going on. This revenant, is it unwieldy?
We ever heard that term?
When it comes to revenants, not really. But that's also mostly because of the fact that revenants, they have a goal. They don't usually go wild.
Okay. What was that?
Does it seem to not have a clue in what it is doing?
It wants to fix her. And it keeps going to random places. We met it way, way out in the sea at one point.
And then it showed up here.
It's outside the walls right now, actually.
In that instant, you immediately see the shift go from like curiosity to just like immediate reaction. It's like, are you saying that there's a revenant waiting upon our walls now?
It isn't hostile by any means.
He's not violent.
Yes.
A revenant is meant to be put down.
Yeah, that's why
Whatever
we're
goal
here.
it is seeking, whether it is you or fixing you, it is chasing that goal.
How do
Yeah.
we get him to rest without finishing it?
Accomplish its goal.
We don't want to, though.
No.
And I'm afraid you have but one choice, which we may accomplish. Unless you can find the goal it wishes to take and make it impossible. Something it is chasing for the solution.
It seems.
Do you
Okay.
do you think you could fix him so that he can speak?
You see a hard, inquisitive look in your direction. You wish to restore a revenant?
I want to talk to him and see if talking things out would allow him to rest.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I assist her?
Give me your own persuasion check.
Okay. Where the fuck? I always lose persuasion. There we are.
That's actually a pretty low roll.
Both of
There
us.
is hard contemplation on the face. But then you see an almost thoughtful gaze in his eyes. I was like, if this is an anomaly for us to learn more in the essence of this undead, find its solution, perhaps we can bind it. And that you kind of see him look towards some of the others, and he calls out, "To arms, brothers! Tonight, we take care of the Morning Lord's work. Solve the undead."
Keep in mind, our main goal is to let him rest in peace.
Then I suggest finding out what it is this revenant is after. Dealing with it. Make it known that it is not possible.
We tried that.
Hence why we need to be able to communicate with him, one way or another. But
And you will not be able to communicate with something that is actively trying to strike you down.
He's not attacking. He's not violent.
yes, not once did he ever show aggression, even when we showed it to him. I literally tried crushing him in my own hands, and he did not try to strike me back.
Then you'd best hope when the Lord places his mark upon him, he does not retaliate.
Okay.
And as you kind of watch the 5 or so men, kind of like, not with weaponry, but they seem to pick up on a couple pieces of incense and some components and whatnot, some holy water here and there, and kind of just take them on their own little separate little satchels as they all partially prepare momentarily before the Knoll himself kind of looks at you all and goes, "Lead me to them, and we shall see what we can do."
Okay. Jack's just thinking his mind should have gone to the Raven Queen. Should have gone to the Raven Queen.
So, as you guys begin to make your way out of the city and towards the general location that Veril alerted you to, and being able to eventually get within range of Lily to more directly
Oh, I can
get
do
you
it
towards an area.
wherever. Same plane of existence.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
even better. Finoa, Veril, and Volmer. Eventually, you see him stop, maybe like 50 feet off the wall, in just a section of land that there's just nothing. It's just dirt. There's nothing really surrounding it. And you just see him kind of lean down,
Oh.
kind of just like places his hand on the ground.
Can I cast Detect Magic as a ritual?
Maybe
to see
he
what-
wants to find some worms.
He's hungry.
Or one of the
You can't
city's
cast
wards.
magic. You have to go within 30 feet.
How far am I now?
You guys said you wanted to go from like a distance, so I would say you're like 100 feet off of him.
Okay, I'm gonna stay back while I cast it, and I'll approach after I finish casting.
Are you doing it stealthily, or are you just walking on up?
He doesn't seem violent, right? So
No.
Veil's gonna stay with Finoa.
Can I give Volmer his flower?
Yeah.
good luck, flower. Alright,
Yeah.
I'll accept the flower,
Okay.
and I'll put it in my ear while I cast the spell.
Alright. And as you cast Detect Magic, and you begin to make your way forward with the flower in hand, carefully. Once you get within 30 feet of the spot where he seems to be looking at, it's faint. It's weak and gentle. But you feel something familiar to it in some way, shape, or form. And as you kind of think on it, you kind of focus the detect magic on that spot and try to see what's going on there. It comes to you in an instant why you remember this. It feels reminiscent to when you held on to the astral shard for those couple minutes.
Do I need to like swing up and snatch that
Okay.
real quick?
There isn't anything
Okay.
actually there. It's just like a residue.
Oh.
Wait. This is where Jack used the fucking used the shard to
No.
kidnap the woman.
No, this is where we use the shard to try to get in.
No, it's not.
Oh.
No?
No. We use the shard miles away from the city when
Okay.
we tried to do that.
Mhm.
Jack would have been 100 feet off from the wall. How far is he off from the wall?
You weren't that far off of the wall. You
I said I
just
went a
kinda, like,
couple. I said I went a couple hundred feet off the wall, out of the city, because
Okay.
I didn't want people to be around for that
So
shit.
maybe we teleport a couple hundred feet off the wall.
Okay, so
But there's another thing to remember. You tried to use it to open a gate to Luma.
yes, and that was
This would be the
the other
This
The
side.
other
was
side of
other
the
end
gate.
of the gate.
The other side of the gate. Yep.
And there is one other thing to note, Volmer. When you feel that gentle residue of power as the Revenant's hand just kind of lays there,
Mhm.
you feel it fading, almost going into the Revenant.
Mhm. This is fucking awesome.
Do you
That's where we're
remember
in
when
this
you,
session.
you thought Frankie would do it? You shut up!
And that's where we'll end the
You
session.
remember like I said Frankie
Oh
would
my
do it?
God.
I love how Veryl's the messenger bird.
Yeah! We can
I-
like write like messages on their leg! You
I
could
love
put
when you
little
say-
messages!
I love when you says like calling out he wants to show. I'm like, I'm glad someone saw the threads.
Mhm.
I called this. I called
Yeah.
this so hard.
You did good.
Good job.
But if I don't understand why he would leave when we had the shard on us, and he
Yeah.
left the island, and now he's back here wanting the shard again.
He's dead. Don't judge him.
Trust
He's
me,
not.
there's something, and I love that none of y'all see the thread yet. Maybe you'll see it eventually, but it's there.
Ah!
Like I said, all I need to say for that is that this was going to happen regardless. I just love that it happens now.
Can't just let mom and dad have their nice little moment.
Ashrin needs to get, like, she needs a room by herself for, like, 3 days. She needs to take a fucking bath and chill.
Yeah.
Ain't no rest for the
forgot to
wicked.
get her wine and bubble bath stuff.
She knows 2 directions where her love interest is just being torn apart. One has literally their love interest coming to play, and one has her love interest coming to play.
Uh-huh.
Like, I messaged Jack privately. I was like, at least my ex is dead.
I was like, kinda?
Maybe?
I think that makes it worse, because at least mine wouldn't be necrophilia.
It's okay. It was totally one-sided. He wasn't interested in me at all.
And
Ain't
yeah,
no rest
he's
for the
trying to fix
wicked.
you right now as a revenant.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a
I'm
lot of time back.
disappointed in you, Jack.
Why?
Why? Why would you say such things about Mom?
So
She
no,
said it.
You're no better.
That's Mom, though.
I mean,
I had to, like, fully minimize that screen while me and Jack were having our moment so that I could not read what you guys were typing
uh-huh.
in the moment.
That's why I was sitting here like this to
Because,
block
yeah,
my fucking
no,
other
I had
screen.
to, like, fully just minimize the whole
such
fucking
stupid
screen.
shit. It was such stupid
I was
shit.
like, I can't pay attention to that right now.
Oh my god.
Also,
I
what's even
can't
better
understand.
is that I don't remember what you said, Jack. It also was kind of funny towards Ashton, but that was literally the instant I sent a funny message to the chat. That's why me and Volmer just started laughing.
Probably something about me also fucking my genie patron.
No, it was
Oh.
about I forgot exactly what
It
it
was the knowledge and sex thing,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Books and stuff.
No. Oh no, what it was is that Finoa said that I see what you're saying, and I just said read because I read what you're saying. So Volmer sent, if you read red as red, then you need to reread
No,
red to
talking
make sure
about
you
something
read
else.
as red. And then
I
I
was
just
talking
said,
about what Daryl was
No,
saying.
no, no.
I ignored what Volmer said completely.
No,
Yeah.
no. KTK,
And then-
you see, you read that wrong. It's if you read as read, then you need to read to make sure you
You
read
shush.
as read.
I'm
You should-
gonna
I'm a mute.
off myself
So
now.
literally the instant Jack you made a little quip with Asher, and I went, a giant flower monster swallows Volmer, and that's why we laughed.
Oh god.
It was just perfect timing.
Jesus Christ, dude. That's fucking
But yeah,
good.
so that's gonna be fun to deal with. Again, not how I planned this all to turn out, but you know,
Uh-huh.
shit just happens and
KTK 's
lines up
just-
perfectly.
Cock blocking, you know.
I straight up expected you guys, once you like made the deal with Cassandre, to be like, okay, let's grab Vivian and let's make our way to Huena, because we've got like 4 days to make it there, and it's like a 3-day travel.
No.
Then you guys went like,
But
no, we're gonna go on a
magically-
walk, we're gonna go flower picking. I'm like, okay, well this is the night the Revenant
Magically-
arrives, so.
This is like okay, but you have to keep in mind this is the city that's like our dream place.
Yes.
It's
Like,
so nice.
This is
so much
Disneyland for most of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Not to mention, Veryl still hasn't gone to see a magic doctor.
Yep.
I still need to go to the Coliseum place too.
Yeah,
Yep.
we all gotta
We're
go
gonna
there. I
have
wanna.
to come back to this city.
Yeah, you guys got to place bets on me.
Yeah,
Get some
you guys get to
money.
come back here, but you guys have a
Fuck.
goal at the moment.
Finoa, fuck
Do
you.
we?
I'm signing up myself.
No, I'll kill you.